fix tape, with that.
Exactly, the commercial.
Smacked it right on the glass.
Bow.
You need a hole fixed? Bam!
He's dead,
That's Billy Mays you're thinking of.
Yeah, the other guy.
Who's the other guy?
Phil Swift?
Yep.
Isn't he still dead?
No.
The Fan Morning Show on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station. Live from the Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Always live and free on the Odyssey app. Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
It's Sean Myers with your Fan Headlines. The Pirates impressive in a 13-3 victory in San Francisco against the Giants last night. The Buccos racked up 20 hits. Joey Bart was 4 for 5. Nick Gonzalez 4 for 6. Kind of lost in the shuffle. A very good pitching performance by Braxton Ashcraft. 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts in earning the victory. Pirates and Giants again today, 4:05 the first pitch. Tyler Mahle against Bubba Chandler is the matchup. Coverage on 93.7 The Fan begins at 2:35 with the North Shore Tavern leadoff show. And last night in the NHL, the Carolina Hurricanes ended the season of the Philadelphia Flyers. 3-2 overtime victory for the Canes, who swept their series 4-0. Headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, you can visit 937thefan.com.
We're talking all things Pittsburgh sports all weekend.
You're doing it all weekend, too?
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
0-2 bounce back to the mound off of Santos' glove. He scrambles and can't get anybody out, and another run is in for the Pirates. It's 10-1, a half dozen across here in the 7th. Bart waiting on a 3-2, swinging a fly ball to left. Ramos will have to play it on a hop, base hit, and Horwitz will trot in to score. Third hit tonight for Joey Bart. Give him his second run batted in. It's 7-1 Pirates here in the 7th.
How about Big Joey? What a day it was for him. What a day it was for the 8 other Buccos in the lineup. What a day it was for the Pirates. 13-3 the final score on Saturday evening. And like many of you that are up and listening, I did not see it get to 13. I woke up to it being 13. And this is full disclosure because you might think, oh, he's on the radio and he's talking about it. He had to watch the whole game. He's got to know exactly what he's talking about. I did fall asleep last night. I fell asleep. We had our annual Dick Rote, Bill Hillgrove charity golf scramble at Champion Lakes yesterday. It was a long day. Real quick, it's a phenomenal event every year, so thanks to those who supported it. Thanks to those if you were there yesterday. A phenomenal event. The weather sucked for the first, 2/3 of the day, but it ended up turning into a nice day and for a great cause, for an athletic scholarship in Dick's name at the University of Pittsburgh, and kind of a symbol that event is every year of the tremendous friendship my grandpap had with the late, great Dick Rote, and a phenomenal day yesterday. So I wanted to get that out of the way. But because that event was yesterday and I was up before the crows were chirping. Crows don't chirp.
And they make some sort of sound.
I don't know. Yeah, whatever. You know what I meant. It was a long day for me yesterday. And the Pirates played at what? 10-10 last night? 9-10, something like that. And I saw them, build a lead in the 5th inning, 2-1. Connor Griffin RBI. Ryan Barucki coming in for the San Francisco Giants, former Pirates reliever. Saw that and then just fell asleep. I woke up on my couch to the Sportsnet Pittsburgh postgame, and I actually thought I was dreaming. I thought I was, because it was one of those games for the first 4 innings, especially with Braxton Ashcraft on the bump, one of those games for the first third of it that you thought might end up being a low-scoring affair. And I drifted off to sleep thinking that this would be a 2-1 or a 3-2 or a 4-2 final. And when I woke up and saw 13-3, I actually needed to do a double take and make sure that I was not dreaming, because this had the completely, different feel of a 13-3 ball game for the first 4 innings. And Sean, I think you said it perfectly, lost in the shuffle and all this because it was a 13-3 final score. Braxton Ashcraft was phenomenal again. 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 6 Ks. The ERA for Ashcraft this season now down to 2.77. And the question with Braxton Ashcraft at this point, guys, is can he sustain this for an entire season? Is this the true Braxton Ashcraft on the bump, or is it a little bit like Jeff Locke in 2012? I think it was 2012 when he was an all-star and had the only pitcher in the National League with better numbers halfway through the season up until the all-star break was prime Kershaw. And then we all know what happened to Jeff Locke's Pirate career. I don't want to compare Braxton Ashcraft to Jeff Locke. Not necessarily fair. There's a whole lot more talent in the Pirates pitcher that's on the roster now as opposed to 10 years ago. But I think it's a fair question to ask. Is this the true sample size of Braxton Ashcraft, or will we see a dip in the elite statistics that we've seen so far in 8 starts in 2026? But the more and more this guy toes the rubber for the Pirates, the less and less I think about a potential fall off for, a 26-year-old that's, I don't know if he's still technically considered a rookie. Probably not, because he had over close to 70 innings last year, 26 appearances, 8 starts. But in his second season in the bigs, his first full big league season, less and less am I wondering whether or not Braxton Ashcraft will come back down to earth a little bit. Anyway, a happy Sunday morning to you. Jack Hillgrove with you an hour later than usual, and that is due to the Buccos out on the West Coast, wrapping up a 6-game road swing, 3 with the D-backs, now 3 with the Giants, as the Buccos look for their second straight series win on the road and their third consecutive series win as the calendar turned to May. 4:05 this afternoon, so because of the 4:05 first pitch and Mark Schlereth's Stinking Truth podcast that ran from 7 to 8, we're coming at you from 8 until 11 instead of 7 to 10, which I'm not complaining about because I get an extra hour of sleep. I got an extra hour of sleep today. That doesn't help you out any, Sean Myers. You had to show up at 6 a.m. like you always do.
No, it's okay, though. I don't mind being here bright and early, although it was late out when I was driving here today. I was kind of thrown off by that. I never understand, my mind doesn't remember, when it's going to be light out throughout the year. And so I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to drive here with some daylight.
I never understand how the brightness or darkness works in the morning as, relation to daylight savings.
Right,
because obviously once we spring forward.
We both sound very dumb right now, but I do think that we're not
dumb.
alone there.
No, because
there's a lot of dumb people out there who don't know how that works.
Obviously, you spring forward and it's lighter later. And then when you fall back, it's 5 p.m. and the sun's already down and you're like, what the hell? Is it reverse? I think it's reverse.
I don't even know what you're asking right now. But yes, if it's getting...
If the sun's going to stay out till 8, 9 o'clock at night, won't it be darker in the morning longer?
1 hour longer.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then,
but once you get to summer, there's just more daylight overall, which means not only is it getting dark later in the evening, but I think it's also getting light earlier in the morning, would be my belief. This was always a thing when I went to school. In high school, I rode the bus, and I remember sometimes I just wanted to kind of basically doze off on the school bus ride in the morning.
Okay.
And I hated when it was light out on my way to school. I preferred when it was dark. It was much nicer and quieter, but then you get the light out for certain parts of the year. Are you looking this up right now? Are you getting to the bottom of this?
No, I'm not getting to the bottom of this.
All right. Maybe one of our callers can educate us. But it was definitely light today on my drive here. So before 6 a.m., I woke up today just after 5. I heard the birds when I woke up.
How pleasant was that for you?
Well, they didn't wake me up, which is a good thing. So it wasn't too bad. I was waking up at 5 o'clock regardless, so I could hear the little chirping of the crows as we bring this full circle.
Go on. I'm not acknowledging.
It's just, it's nice, I guess, to have that additional light on both ends, early in the morning and late at night. You're getting close to, we're probably pushing to, 8:45 or so, maybe 8:30 for how long it's light out nowadays?
Well, let's check the handy-dandy weather app on my Apple device.
Those were the best memories.
Sunset tonight, 8:25 p.m.
Okay, I'm saying, though, if you're outside at 8:25, you could still see enough.
Sure.
Maybe don't go play a game of catch with baseball because
No.
that could get a little dangerous. But
unless you're on a field with lights, but yes, I agree.
Yeah. Those were the best memories growing up, is when you could play outside until after 9 o'clock at
Absolutely.
night.
Absolutely. We've talked about that, I feel like, a bunch on this show before, too. A lot of nonsense this morning. We'll get into all that. I do want to say I'm a nice guy. I'm a nice guy. We've had Colin Beasley, Pirates beat writer for the Post-Gazette, on each of the shows on Sunday mornings all spring since this baseball season started. He's out on the West Coast. End of a road trip, a 6-game road trip. It is 5:10 in the morning right now, and this show will end at 8 a.m. West Coast time. And he doesn't have to be covering a baseball game until, 1 o'clock his time. So no Colin Beasley this morning.
I think Jason Mackey was not too thrilled about doing Bucko Talk yesterday from the West Coast either.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
7 a.m.
No, I think it was 6 a.m., right?
Yeah, you're right, 6. Yeah, because if it's 9 to 11 here, it's 6 a.m. Yeah, that's brutal.
Maybe he heard the birds chirping as well when he woke up
crows
to do that
chirping.
show.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, the first time I ever did, I was in Evansville, Indiana, covering West Liberty in a Division II national championship for men's basketball a few years ago. And the game was on a Saturday, and I drove there Friday afternoon into Friday evening and stayed overnight and then got up Saturday and covered the game. I did not realize that Evansville, Indiana was in the Central Time Zone. So I was supposed to have I think 3 live hits in the morning news that Saturday morning. I missed the first one because I thought it was 8 a.m. 8 a.m. I needed to be up at 7 a.m. Evansville, Indiana time, and I missed the first live hit. Hard way, but.
Did you have that moment of panic when you finally realized what was going on? That's the worst feeling.
No, the producer of the newscast called me and was like, "Hey, why aren't you up yet?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I forgot I'm an hour behind." And they were like, "That's not a big deal. Talk to you at 8:30.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And then my camera fell over and broke. Luckily, we didn't have, because CBS had the exclusive rights to the D2 National Championship, so I wasn't allowed to shoot video highlights of the game. And I was able to use the camera just enough to shoot the press conference afterwards and tape my stand-ups for my story and all that.
Is this something you should be revealing on the air, or is this already?
Oh yeah, no. We have brand new cameras ever since. Yeah,
good.
I don't care.
Good.
Yeah, we got a brand new set of equipment probably 2-3 years ago, and this was just before that. So
I got got by the turning the clocks ahead this year, just whatever it was, a month or so ago, because now everyone's phone automatically does that, right? So it factors that in when you set an alarm. You don't have to adjust your phone.
right.
The problem is I do have alarms set on weekends, but sometimes I kind of just ignore them, and then I'll set an actual old school alarm clock. I didn't
my
turn
girlfriend
that
does
clock.
the same thing.
Yes, I didn't turn that clock ahead before I went to bed. So my phone was correct, but just my natural instinct was I'm shutting off my phone alarm the second I hear it in the morning.
Yep.
And then the one that actually wakes me up, the real alarm clock, was an hour late. And thus I was an hour late and had to scramble to get to a broadcast in time. Still made it, but...
See, you got to do what I do. Plug the phone in and charge it across the room. So when your alarm goes up, you have to get out of bed and turn it off.
I did that for a while where I set like the Alexa in the other room to go off every morning. And I'm like, you know what? I got to get out of my room, wake up and yell at it to turn off. And I found myself just screaming very loudly from my bedroom to shut it off in a different room, and it did the trick.
Yeah, I didn't start doing that until the one time I slept in and missed the first part of a 7 a.m. shift on a Sunday. No problem admitting that.
Did someone call you out in the show notes about that?
Yes, because somebody
it was not me.
Yeah, somebody called me out in the show notes over it. But it happens. And since then, phone's across the room. I get up, have to turn the alarm off, and then I'm already out of bed, and I stay up. And I haven't missed a show since. All right. A lot of nonsense out of the way. More nonsense on the way. Jack Hillgrove with you on a Sunday morning, bright and early. Well, not as bright or early as we're typically on the air. But happy to have you along for the ride at 412-928-9370. Again, no beeswacker this weekend because I'm a nice guy and I'm not making him get up at 5 a.m. San Francisco time to do a radio hit and talk about a 13-run performance last night. So we could talk about it at 412-928-9370. Braxton Ashcraft, that'll be the question that I ask because he started last Sunday in the same game parlay, which we'll get over. Brutal beat in the Sunday same game parlay last week. We'll establish a new one and hope for the best for this Sunday at 10:25. But Ashcraft masterclass last Sunday follows it up with a pretty damn good start yesterday. Are you convinced that Braxton Ashcraft will be just a guy for the remainder of the season? Like if it's Skeens 1, obviously it's always going to be Skeens 1. Is Ashcraft 2 pretty damn good 2? And do you think he'll stay that way for the remainder of the regular season? 412-928-9370. We're also taking all your calls on the Pirates, whatever you want to talk about at 412-928-9370 when it comes to the Buccos. Plus, next hour, we'll get into the Steelers a little bit. Rookie minicamp in the books. A lot was made online of Drew Aller's footwork in a lot of the videos that were made public during the media availabilities from the Nick Farabahs and Christopher Carters and Chris Adamskis of the world. Like, we're going to talk about those videos and we're going to talk about Drew Aller's footwork. And I hope by now it's died down that it was the purpose of the drill. And the footwork's supposed to look like it looked. We'll get into all that next hour. We can take your calls on it, too, whenever you want at 412-928-9370. We'll get to the phones. Got a couple of people on hold. We'll get to the phones when we come back here in a few minutes, right here on a Sunday morning with yours truly, Jack Hillgrove on 93.7 The Fan.
Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Sean Myers bringing you fan headlines. The Pirates 13-3 victor in San Francisco against the Giants last night. 20 hits for the Buccos. Joey Bart and Nick Gonzalez each had 4 apiece. Braxton Ashcraft got the victory, working 7 strong innings. Pirates and Giants will run it back today, 4:05 the first pitch. Bubba Chandler toes the rubber for Pittsburgh. Coverage on 93.7 The Fan. That begins at 2:35 and is presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. Headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, 93.7thefan.com.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
A trial is 99% preparation, and nobody prepares better than us. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
When you hire our firm, you become part of the family. Nobody messes with family. Get the good guys, Goodrich and Geist.
A great lawn doesn't happen by accident. It takes the right expertise and the right team. That's why more homeowners trust True Green, America's #1 lawn care company. As the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, True Green knows what it takes to make grass look like a fairway. Their local specialists analyze your lawn, build a plan, and handle the hard work with routine visits throughout the season. And it's all backed by the True Green Satisfaction Guarantee. Visit truegreen.com today to get a golf course quality lawn. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
3, 2, 1. We have liftoff on Daily Rewards Rocket Turbo on DraftKings Casino, the exclusive iGaming provider of Foxwoods. Play $50 on your favorite casino games this week to upgrade next week's rewards. You'll get 4 chances at 10,000 in credits every day. Land rewards and use them to keep the fun going. Head to DraftKings Casino app and start playing to turbocharge your daily rewards. In partnership with DraftKings Casino, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older, physically present in Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. 3 launches per day for rewards. Launches expire each day at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Earn additional launch for following week for completing play requirements. Play requirements vary. Non-withdrawable rewards and amounts vary per launch and are subject to game and expiration limits. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promos, sponsored by DK Crown Holdings Incorporated.
Spring is in the air, and Alev's long-lasting pain relief is here to keep you moving. The days are longer and the flowers are blooming. Whether it's gardening, yard work, or just spending more time outdoors, spring is a way of getting us moving despite any body pain. That's where Aleve can keep you going. With just 1 dose, Aleve gives you long-lasting body pain relief for up to 12 hours. From sunup to sundown, Aleve's got your back. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Kohl's has styles that make summer feel easy, even when faced with hard decisions like lounging at the pool or on the patio, grilling up a hamburger or hot dog, rolling down the windows or turning up the AC. Yeah, summer is full of tough choices. With 15% off outfits your family will love, getting dressed isn't one of them. Shop effortless looks at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends May 17th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
84 Lumber has been building America for 70 years. Whether you're a homeowner starting your first project or a pro on the job, 84 Lumber offers the kind of personalized expertise you won't find in a big box store. They're more than just lumber. From windows and doors to siding, trim, and decking, 84 Lumber has the materials you need to get it done right. With 14 locations across Pittsburgh, there's one near you. Visit 84lumber.com to find your store. 84 Lumber, your hometown building partner for 70 years.
Live from the ShorkeyMitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills.
Fan Twitter brought to you by South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Route 19 in Peters Township. Happy Sunday to you, May 10th, 2026. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms that kick ass out there. Braxton Ashcraft. 8 starts in, pretty much a third of his season, give or take. Not really a third, a fourth. Yeah, like 30, 32 starts of the season is usually pretty normal for everyday rotation guys, right? 8 times 4 is 32.
Yeah, if you're healthy, you should surpass 30 pretty easily.
All right, so not a third of the way through Ashcraft's season, a quarter of the way through Ashcraft's season, and he's really good. One of the best starting pitchers in the NL. Not even the best starting pitcher on his team, but still one of the best starting pitchers in the National League, and ERA sub-3. Will it continue for Ashcraft? 412-928-9370. Taking your calls on the Pirates this segment, starting with Drew in Charlotte. What's up, Drew?
Hey, what's up, Jack? Hey, first, thanks for taking my call, but Ashcraft is a stud.
Yeah.
He didn't even have his wipeout slider last night, and he still pitched the way he did.
One of the things that I really enjoy, and I think this is more so Bill Murphy, and I think his fingerprints are all over this as the pitching coach in 2026. You know, these guys, and there are days, and obviously Skeens is a little bit more difficult to deal with as a hitter. But it's interesting that like some of these guys won't have their wipeout pitch, or the sweeper might not be working with Skeens, or some command issues might be going, and for whatever reason these guys are pivoting to tertiary pitches in good moments, and they're still being able to put together quality starts. Even like you said last night, Ashcraft didn't have the wipeout pitch working for him, and he still put together a one run start. And I think that's a Bill Murphy addition to this team. When the good stuff for these guys isn't on, they're still able to put together quality starts and give this team a chance to win games.
Yeah, it was impressive. If you want to give the credit to Murphy, so be it. Ashcraft, unbelievable, has looked good the whole year. But I wanted to talk about how I'd love to root for Donnie Kelly, and I'd love to be the biggest Donnie Kelly fan possible for all the reasons everybody says. But I really feel like him getting cute with the lineup is going to put us in a position to miss the playoffs by about 3 to 5 games. And the other night is a perfect example, hitting it consecutively 7, 8, 9, and 1 in the lineup. Bart, York, Cook, and Triolo going 0 for 12 with 6 Ks. When you got Majinski on the mound, do you really think you're giving yourself a chance to win a game against a professional team?
Yeah, that stuff. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'll let you finish, but I'm with you because the sitting Brandon Lau or pinch hitting Brandon Lau against lefties has to stop. I mean, if you look at if you go to Baseball Reference and look at all of the major hitting categories of the top 10 guys in the National League, Brandon Lau's in like all of them. And at one point, go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Jack, but I could go down a rabbit hole with Brandon Lau. Do you think that dude's going to want to sign with us when he's a platoon player? And he proceeds to rake lefties last night. I know he's hitting like 160, but like half of his hits are home runs. Like, put Lau in there. I am so sick of seeing Triolo. I can't wait till some of those younger guys, the Password or somebody is ready to come up and bring and take one of those 3 out of there. But the one thing I wanted to just kind of conclude about the other night is, so you have that terrible lineup. You have Majinski on the hill, who you know everything's a battle. You're down 2-1 in the 6th inning, and who does he proceed to bring in? Friggin' Lawrence to throw frisbees down the middle of the plate and get shipped the heck out of the park. That whole loss and similar losses like that, I feel like are DK's fault. And again, we're going to miss the playoffs by 3 to 5 games because of his cuteness. And if you think you're going to find time to rest somebody like Ashcraft in the middle of it, on top of it, dude, it's just going to be just bad enough. And again, I wish DK would wake up a little bit and see what he's doing. But that's it for me.
No, and Drew, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I put the bullpen, the way it's being obviously run and managed, that's by the manager. That's on Donnie Kelly's shoulders. The lineup and the way things are constructed, that's obviously on Donnie Kelly's shoulders. But I feel like when it comes to the Pirates manager and this bullpen, yeah, you've got to have a better feel for guys and spots and matchups and maybe have a conversation or two about what Justin Lawrence's future is like. But this bullpen, if this Pirates team wants to be a postseason contender, like we want it to be a postseason contender, they have got to almost re-identify the bullpen down the stretch. And if this team is still fighting for the division lead and fighting for a wild card playoff spot and are quote-unquote buyers, all the moves, all the trade deadline acquisitions have to be bullpen guys. And you might say to yourself, whoa, Jack, they could use a third baseman. They could use some more offense. Well, I don't necessarily know if they need more offense. They've got 6 guys right now. OPS plus. Right? OPS plus is on base plus slugging, but OPS plus is adjusted and kind of puts every ballpark on a level playing field. Because obviously some major league ballparks are easier and harder to hit in than others. So it puts all 30 ballparks on a level playing field and puts it on a scale to 100. And if your OPS plus is 100, you are considered a league average bat. The Pirates have 6 guys, and anything above 150 is really good. The Pirates have 6 guys right now with an OPS plus above 100. Soon to be 7 because Connor Griffin's right there at 96 OPS plus, and the OPS is 704. So 7 guys with the traditional OPS above 700. Really good. Brandon Lau. I mean, he's only hitting it 270, which is still pretty good, but the OPS plus 161. Top 10 in baseball. The offense is good enough. And if this bullpen picked up the slack, it had more depth, I would almost feel like it would be impossible at times for Don Kelly to mismanage because you wouldn't have to resort to Justin Lawrence or Cam Sanders or Chris Davinsky or Evan Sisk. Like, those names can go away if you add depth to this bullpen down the stretch. And I think the Pirates should be ahead of the trade deadline. Buyers or sellers timeline of the season to do that. Make a move with this bullpen now. Let's go to Rob. What's up, Rob?
Hey, good morning. First off, on your timing thing, on your time zone thing, right? So the Earth, when in summer, the days are longer.
Sean, I knew somebody was going to call in and explain this to us. I appreciate, Rob, that you're doing this for us. So the floor is yours.
Yeah, no worries. It probably just was missed at Aliquippa High when you were there, but
I didn't go to Aliquippa, but I appreciate it.
No, I'm just teasing you.
Oh, okay.
Hey, so it's the northern hemisphere is closer to the sun in the summer, and when the Earth spins, right, you get longer days, right? And so in the winter, the northern hemisphere is farther from the sun, so you get shorter days. That's all it is.
Gotcha.
Right. So that's the easy part. But really, what I'm thinking about, I tend to agree with you on the bullpen. You can't expect your starting rotation every day, every night to do what Keller and Skeens are doing, giving you 7 or 8 quality innings, if you don't have a deeper bullpen that you can rely on. You know, that was the problem last year. You know, you get these good starting outings, and then you couldn't produce offense. The bullpen was decent, but you couldn't produce offense. This year, it's the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
You're producing offense, but you can't hold the lead. So the question then becomes, you know, when Jared Jones comes back, you plug him in to the rotation theoretically, or do you put him in a closer role because he's got closer stuff, right?
Yeah.
And then do you change the consist of your middle relief? And then get the Evan Sisk of the world, or who was the kid who closed out the game last night, scared the crap out of me because he was starting to give up runs in a game that he didn't have to give up any runs in.
Cam Sanders. Yeah, and that's the big thing with Jones, Rob, and thanks for the call and thanks for the astronomy. Science, let's just call it science. Let's get bare bones. The science lesson on how the sun works and daylight works. Appreciate that. The big question with Jared Jones, and I'm encouraged so far from what I've seen in the rehab starts, and he's going to be back probably within the next month to 6 weeks, I would imagine. I compare it to my guy, Mason Miller. Mason Miller was brought up in the athletics organization as a starter, made his major league debut as a starter, showed glimpses of being a really, really good major league player as a starting pitcher. Didn't quite have the injury that Jared Jones had that required surgery, but precautionary-wise, he was starting to show signs of maybe something a little bit more serious arm-wise. They shut him down at the end of his rookie season. Or the first year he was called up, they bring Mason Miller back, the Athletics do, as a closer, as a reliever, and the rest is history. He's the best closer in baseball.
Do you know what he did last night, by the way?
I fell asleep for the Pirates, so I did not see what the Padres did.
Well, he got the save, and it was a four-out save, which is a little unusual for him.
Yes.
He did walk 2 batters, which also is unusual for him, but he had a 4-strikeout inning.
Drop third.
Yes, I would imagine. I mean, I saw it was a 4-strikeout inning.
He probably,
I don't know how else he would get
I'd
it.
have to go back and try and find it, but the drop third was probably his disgusting, nasty slider, which is what he complements a 103-mile-an-hour fastball with. This is why the drop third strike is the dumbest rule in baseball. And I'm getting fired up and slamming the table now. Thank you for this.
You're welcome.
Because Mason Miller complements a 100-plus mile-an-hour fastball with just the most disgusting breaking slider you'll ever see. And why should Mason Miller or any pitcher be penalized for throwing a disgusting breaking ball that a dude golfs at and misses and looks stupid at by giving a free base if the catcher just can't move, and react in time to a really, really disgusting breaking ball, and Mason Miller is not the only one to be able to put that kind of spin on a baseball. It's happening more and more every day. The drop third strike is the dumbest rule in baseball. I will never get over it. It is stupid, and it rewards batters and people that make plate appearances for looking dumb and penalizes pitchers for making people that make plate appearances look dumb. All right.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good. But that's the question with Jared Jones. Because, closer stuff, probably. But do you pull that Band-Aid off and you go from there just because he had the elbow injury? Or do you try to plug him back into a rotation where he could be, it seems like, almost not even skip a beat? And then roll from there and decide if it's Carmen Mlodzinski that goes to the bullpen. Valid conversation. Right now, Jones goes back into the rotation to start his 2026 whenever he's healthy and ready to roll from a big league standpoint. Let's go to Tom in Greensburg. What's up, Tom? How are you?
Hey, I was wondering what you guys thought the other day when they pulled Skeens out, at the end of the game.
Yeah, I would have let him finish. I would have. I mean, here's the deal. If Braxton Ashcraft or any other pitcher in the rotation goes 8 full, then you turn it over to your bullpen. And there's probably 90% of starting pitchers in the bigs that you would probably pull after 8 innings. There's only a select few that you would trust and give the ball to in the 9th inning, and he's one of them.
Well, and therein lies my point. It's not that big a deal because it worked out.
Oh, sure, absolutely, and them being able to go to Soto. Hold on, Tom. Them being able to go to Soto in that position is fine because Soto was available. He's been their best reliever, and he's been good in save situations, and that's fine. And yes, it worked out, but we're talking about bullpen issues. And my thing with Skeens is, he was pitching the way he was pitching, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, and he was sub 100 pitches going into the 9th inning. At that point, you just let him finish. But again, we're not talking about it a whole lot, like you said, because it worked out.
Right, and that's my point. I think Tony Kelly's doing a fantastic job. This lineup, he seems to have everybody where they can hit, right? I mean, nobody out of position. He's jumping on the Cruz going against that, going against the data, and he's letting him hit left-handers. He's doing a fantastic job.
Well, I appreciate it, Tom. Thanks for the call. I don't know if I would go fantastic, but I think Donnie Kelly, here's the deal. Don Kelly's a better manager than Derek Shelton was. A much better manager than Derek Shelton was. I believe we just hit the 1 year mark, right?
DK, I think, was just under 500.
No, but the 1 year anniversary of him
Shelty's
taking
dismissal.
over.
Yeah.
What was it? May 8th. So, I was going to say, I remember listening to a leadoff show on the West Coast recently with Mackey, and he had mentioned it. It was on Friday night. In 124 games last year, Don Kelly was 59-65. Wikipedia doesn't update it super tremendously during the season, and they're 22-18 right now, so do the math. If he was 6 games under 500 last year, and he's 4 games above 500 this year. He's 82-84 as a manager? Is that good math?
I'm seeing 81 and 83, but I don't know if that's updated to include last night or not. He's very, very close to 500. Which
81 and 83. I thought it was 82 and 84. That's pretty good, though. We were close. I was close.
Yeah, close enough. Ballpark. That's all you need to do. Use a baseball analogy.
He is a much better manager than Derek Shelton. That is not up for debate. But I believe Don Kelly needs a better bullpen to truly succeed with this team. And, this is something, and we can reopen the phone lines up to this in the next segment. The kind of theme that the Pirates have had from a front office standpoint in 2026 is put up or shut up. And they've lived up to that so far, right? They go out and make trades and sign guys in the offseason for win now. They promote Connor Griffin after 15 at-bats or whatever it was at AAA, sign him to the deal that they signed him to. That's win now. Okay, they put up or shut up in the offseason because the narrative that they've delivered to us is that enough is enough and we've got to win in 2026. Okay, how much are they going to live up to that during the season? Translation, what I'm asking is it finally time to maybe think about some of these prospects and think about how excited we've been over the last several years for a lot and talking about these prospects, because that's all the optimism that we had because they've been so bad the last couple of years. Obviously, Connor Griffin's untouchable. That's I don't need to expand. And I think Seth Hernandez is pretty darn untouchable too. But as we go down the Pirates' top 30 list, Edward Florentino, Hunter Barco, who's got a little bit of a major league sample size, Termarr Johnson, Wyatt Sanford, middle infield prospect, Esmeralyn Valdez, power hitting corner outfielder, first baseman, Thomas Harrington. These are names that we could probably talk about and say, are we okay with moving on from them to try and win now in 2026? Like, if you were to tell me that you could trade, and this is completely hypothetical, and I don't know if the Red Sox would agree to it, but if you could trade and flip 1-for-1 Termarr Johnson for 1 year, or a half a year of a rental of Aroldis Chapman, I'm taking that deal. Because Aroldis Chapman, A, makes the bullpen better, and B, it might just give you a bona fide closer, which is what this team needs right now. Yes, Termarr Johnson once upon a time was a top 5 pick and is only 21 years old and a top prospect. But if it truly is put up or shut up time with this front office like it was in the offseason and like it was with Connor Griffin's extension, it should be put up or shut up time with some of these prospects and flipping some of them to try and go all in while you have Paul Skeens and while you have this momentum in 2026.
Just a quick thing on Chapman. There's, I think, a good chance that he would have another year because he has a vesting option.
What is a vesting option?
So it's something along the lines of if this pitcher throws so many innings, his contract will renew at a certain number for the following year. I think with him, it's 40 innings this year. If he pitches 40 innings, which he will if he stays healthy, then he would be under contract for 2027, which to me, you would certainly like that if you're the Pirates or whatever team might potentially acquire him.
Is there a number?
I think it would be somewhere around $13 million again, but don't quote me on that.
Yeah, it is.
But it was something that would be very beneficial to the team acquiring him, because if he throws that many innings, that means he's healthy. That means he's stayed healthy for most of this year, and he's pitching at such a high level that I think that would be attractive to a team acquiring him. You would want him for that additional year. It's not solely a rental in all likelihood. You'd also have to probably give up more for him, but I think that's worthwhile.
0.71 ERA in 2026, 8 saves. Please and thank you. One more call before we go to break. Paul, I'm going to challenge you here because, mister, I'm so upset the way things shook out. I think I should be on the fan. Please talk about Don Kelly and not use your Shelton-itis phrase here. Go for it. I'm giving you the floor, but I'm going to challenge you here a little bit, Mr. Paul in Washington. Good to talk to you. No Shelton-itis, because I've heard it from you a bunch, and I've heard you call in and tell other people about it as well. So the floor is yours with a challenge.
Okay. Well, since you won't let me use that word, it is what afflicts him. But we're not going to even talk about that because we're going to talk about the facts. And the facts are the guy mismanages his bullpen and his lineup. Danny Murtaugh never pulled Willie Stargell because of a left-handed pitcher. Chuck Tanner never pulled Dave Parker because of a left-handed pitcher. Bob Beal didn't get pulled because he was at 70 daggone pitches. Steve Blass didn't get pulled because he was at 67 pitches.
All right, I'm with you.
Play.
I'm with you on the offensive comparisons, but pitching's different. Pitching's different in 2026, Paul. It is. I don't necessarily agree with it at times, but it's different.
But you don't have to. You don't have to because you need to talk to the authority, your grandfather. And he will tell you the same thing, and he probably already has. These guys are ruining these pitchers and causing these arm problems because they're pitching them too little. They're not strengthening their arms. You never had all these arms injuries back in the 70s and the 80s like you have today. Donnie Kelly would be a good double-A manager because he makes more mistakes than he makes good moves. Let the guys hit. Let Lau bat against lefties. Let these guys play. Give me the same daggone lineup for 60 days straight and see what happens. You're never going to know if you keep relying on your analytics crap in that front office. And that's Ben Charrington, and I rest my case. Mr. Hillgrove, I hope your mother and your grandmother and all the ladies out there have a nice Mother's Day.
Paul, thanks for the call. Enjoy your Sunday. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. He ended it. How about Paul living up to the challenge?
When I was screening...
Paul gets his catchphrases and he rolls with them, and that's fine, but I wanted to put him to the test.
He used that term
on the phone?
At least once, if not twice, when I was...
See?
He's one of those guys, by the way, I think I've told you this before. Usually when I'm producing, or whoever's producing, you have to kind of divert your attention amongst multiple things. So sometimes I just want to get a person's name, where they're from, and the very quick subject of what they're talking about. Paul will tell me the entire thing he wants to talk about. He will run through his entire spiel to me, and I'm like, all right, Paul, I'll get you on hold. You'll be good to go. And he'll just keep going and going and going. And he kept talking about Shelty and Sheltonitis and all that. So I knew he was going to try to use that term until you put the kibosh on it.
Yeah, the YouTube comments haven't acknowledged the YouTube chat this morning. Good morning to the masses on YouTube. Paul probably thinks Murtaugh never lost a game in his World Series winning seasons. No, this guy's wrong. The average pitcher throws so much harder now than they did during grandpa times. Yeah, I mean, that's why there's more arm injuries, because the guys throw harder.
It's not just throwing harder, it's the max effort on every single pitch.
And okay.
Emptying the tank in, 80
You really
pitches.
want to put on the tinfoil hat? I mean, when they started cracking down on, what was the stuff they were using?
Yeah, the spider tech. Yeah.
To put the spin on the ball. I think the spin rate's still pretty up there, and how are guys compensating? By the arm motion. And it's causing these arm injuries.
And I disagree with that approach, but with that being the approach, you can't throw these guys as many innings or as many pitches as past generations.
Now, there are some guys that I feel like are physically capable of going 105, 110 and throwing 9 innings of baseball. Paul Skeens is one of them. Yes, I had mentioned let him roll because he's the best pitcher in baseball and he's mentally capable of doing it. But physically, at 6'6", 260, he could probably handle a 9th inning as well. So that's behind us. The last 2 games are behind us. The Pirates have a chance to go 3 games above 500 with a win today. 4:05 first pitch. Tyler Mahle gets the start for Mahle or Mail. It's Mahle, right?
So I did my research, Jack. What I have determined is it's Mahle.
Mahle? Okay. Well, I'll take
Rhymes
your word
with
for it.
rally, which hopefully the Pirates will be having.
Nice little connection there, pal. Chance to go 5 games above 500 today for the first time since April 25th, when they were 16-11. A win today would put the Buccos at 23-18. Bubba Chandler got to bounce back. Had a rough first inning in his start at Arizona. Game that they lost, he only allowed 2 earned runs and had 6 walks. Can Bubba Chandler keep the walks under control and have a bounce back? 4.76 ERA so far this season. 412-928-9370 is the number. It's also the number of the Edgar Snyder and Associates fan text line, a personal injury law firm where they always say there's never a fee unless we get money for you. We'll get to the Steelers at the top of the hour. Drew Aller, rookie minicamp, Jennings Dunker, all that good stuff. And then we're with you until 11 o'clock. My name's Jack Hillgrove at Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Sean Myers bringing you fan headlines. Last night in the NHL, the Carolina Hurricanes ended the season for the Philadelphia Flyers. A sweep of the 7-game series, 4-0 for the Canes, courtesy of a 3-2 OT victory against Philadelphia. Headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, 937thefan.com.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. The Bob and Joe Show, weekdays 10 to 2.
I had a cologne that I am very proud of. I think it smells good, and everybody says I smell like pancake. It's not a pancake.
He does. He smells like syrup. Did you sniff him on the way by?
Yeah, I sniffed him.
I have never been sniffed this much before in my life.
Can you
Like
really?
you're-
I like it.
It's called House of Pancake. He does smell like syrup. It was like a dog walking and everybody was sniffing him. It was unbelievable.
I miss those days.
The Bob and Joe Show, weekdays 10 to 2 on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
The biggest reason Metropolitan Window Company has been in business since 1978 is our huge list of satisfied customers.
John, Maggie, and Justin Schmutzer here from Metropolitan Window Company, Pittsburgh's locally owned and family-operated window and door company for over 47 years.
When you choose Metropolitan Window Company, you're getting expertise and attention to detail from a trusted business that puts your needs first.
You're also getting our exclusive Infinity from Marvin 100% fiberglass windows that are built for life.
The most important part of a window is the framing. Fiberglass frames won't lose their dimensional integrity. They're the strongest, longest-lasting window you can buy.
And right now, you can save 20% and get financing on every window and door product we offer.
Stop by one of our showrooms, visit us at metropolitanwindows.com, or give us a call at 412-655-8411.
PA 1565.
For over 50 years, the Jim Shorkey Auto Group has been built on trust and family values. At Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi in North Huntington, that tradition continues with great service and great deals. We have your perfect Mitsubishi, and with a 10-year limited warranty, 2 years of free paid maintenance, and 5 years of unlimited roadside assistance, you'll drive with Mitsubishi confidence.
Your deal.
Your way.
What a great day.
At Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi, North Huntington. Call 724-995-3658 for warranty details.
I need a little range, step to the range, come on, meet me at the
Introducing the new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club Sandwich. With that juicy Chick-fil-A chicken on a buttermilk ranch bun, jalapeno ranch sauce, and pickled jalapenos, it's a little ranch with a lot of kick. The new Chick-fil-A Jalapeno Ranch Club with original spicy or grilled filet. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
Text us on the Edgar Snyder and Associates text line at 412-928-9370. Edgar Snyder and Associates reminds you to text responsibly. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, built by Window Nation, home of the buy two get two free offer.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira-joyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off duration, woodscapes, and super deck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
93.7 The Fan is cleared by aquickdrain.com. Live and local, even on the weekends. Let's go! Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
Fan weather brought to you by Secure Money Advisors. Looking to retire soon? Let Secure Money Advisors get your retirement on track. Sun and clouds. Potential rain today. High of Eric Carlson. 65 degrees. See, Elmo was in the Phillies broadcast booth this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
How'd he do?
Fantastic.
I would like to work with Elmo at some point.
They were playing the Rockies. And who's their play-by-play guy? Dan Baker? No.
The Phillies?
Yeah, they're...
I just know they have John Kruk on the line.
Tom McCarthy. Sorry.
Yeah. Have you ever heard Kruk, by the way? He's hilarious.
He's fantastic. Well, Kruk was in there, cracking it up, chopping it up with Elmo.
We were talking about the light, early light, and how that works with daylight savings. He has a viral clip about the person who invented the clock. How did they know what time it was?
That's fantastic. He's from where in West Virginia? Charleston.
Is he from Hagerstown?
No, he's born in Charleston.
Okay.
I think he follows me on Twitter.
Congratulations on all your success.
Hold on, I'm pretty sure he does. John Kruk, you and I follow each other. All right, dude. No, but you ever see the clip of them? I think they were in Washington, and the TV booth is like right by kind of where fans can stand, and he just goes, "Hey, I'm going to scare this kid."
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Hilarious.
He does all sorts of zany stuff.
Yeah. No, but Elmo was in the booth with them this weekend, and they were playing the Rockies, and Tom McCarthy asked Elmo, like, well, how do you feel about the Rockies? Because Elmo and Zoe's pet rock, Rocco, have beef. And he had mixed feelings about the Rockies because of Rocco.
Yeah.
They put Elmo in a Phillies jersey. I didn't see any video or picture with Elmo and the Philly Fanatic, but he called the Philly Fanatic like a distant relative.
Yeah, I could see that.
Is the Philly Fanatic the best mascot in all of sports?
It's pretty good.
It's really good. How can Philadelphia...
It's better than Gritty.
How can Philadelphia have the best mascot and the worst mascot in all of sports?
Yeah.
Why don't the Philadelphia 76ers have a guy in colonial garments just chilling? Human mascots are a thing. The West Virginia.
Did the Sixers have a mascot?
They probably have some weird thing.
Yeah. The Rockies have a dinosaur, don't they? How did Elmo feel about the dinosaur?
Dinger. A beloved purple polka dotted triceratops.
That's a pretty good name, by the way.
Google AI rolling with the alliteration. The Sixers mascot is Franklin the dog. It is a blue dog.
By the way, I don't know if there's a difference here. You would articulate this better than I could. Kaiser, West Virginia, is where John Kruk was born, but it lists his hometown as Charleston.
It's about a half hour away from Charleston. Did John Kruk go to Kaiser High School? I've been there.
He did.
Yeah, okay.
And then he went to Potomac State College.
Mm-hmm. I knew that.
And Allegheny Community College, which is not in Allegheny County. Spelled differently. It's in Maryland.
Allegany.
Say that again.
Allegany.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've seen it spelled that way. But
former Pirate Stan Belinda also went to Allegheny College, and former Pirate Joe Beimel and Steve Klein. Do you know him?
Negative.
Former major leaguer who is the current coach of IUP baseball.
Wow.
Crimson Hawks went to the College World Series a few years ago under his guidance.
Congratulations on all their success. All right. Sometimes I worry when we go long and have to do short segments like this, but I think this was a fulfilling one.
I mean, you've heard Joe Starkey's show before.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. The promo, can you play it again real quick? The one that played at the beginning of the last break?
Let's see.
I'm asking you to play it because it's like our own thing. It's not like it's a commercial somebody pays for. It's promoting Pomp and Joe's show. And we'll go to break after this.
Yeah, I got the promo. You ready for it?
Play it real quick.
Radio 93.7 The Fan. The Bob and Joe Show, weekdays 10 to 2.
Bob, the running game went to pot that year, didn't it?
Oh, no, it changes.
Give me some credit.
That's interesting. Yeah, sometimes we have like
so they've got a rotation. I thought it was going to play the one again of Pomp or Joe talking about Pomp smelling like maple syrup, and Joe's like, have
Which
you
I
smelled
think
him
Ron
lately?
Cook makes a cameo in that, doesn't he?
Jeff, did you like that?
I'm enjoying these jokes.
No, I don't think so.
I thought I heard Cookie in that for some reason.
I think it's Matt Clement.
Really?
I think it was a recent clip. I'd have to double check with limits on that.
What if I just keep putting Pomp and Joe promos in every single commercial break until we get that one again?
You would probably make a lot of people mad, including me.
I think the Pomp and Joe promos are the best ones we got going, though.
Yeah, but I just got done talking about how it freaked me out. Joe talking about sniffing Pomp.
He's probably not the first person who sniffed him.
Probably won't be the last.
That's a good point.
Fan weather. We already did that. Coming up next, we're talking Steelers rookie minicamp in the books. Drew Aller is, and it was the storyline of the weekend, rightfully so. Young quarterback. Quarterbacks are quarterbacks. A lot was made about his footwork. We're going to talk about that next, and we'll open up the phone lines to the Steelers at 412-928-9370 as we get into hour number 2. We'll talk Steelers when we come back. Jack Hilgrove with you on a Mother's Day, Sunday morning, right here on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan gets your day started with the latest in Pittsburgh sports with the Fan Morning Show with Doran Dickerson and Adam Crowley. Weekdays 5:40 to 10. Presented by Guardian Protection on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. The Fan is once again answering the call to help local volunteer fire departments. The 3rd annual Fan 5 Alarm presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union will take place June 17th at Wexford Volunteer Fire Department and June 18th at Robinson Town Center. We'll select a minimum of 25 volunteer fire companies to receive a deserving donation. Nominate your local VFD at 93.7 The Fan. The Fan 5 Alarm is brought to you by McVeigh Plumbing, Heating and Cooling, Guardian Protection, True Green, and Oakmont Bakery on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station, live from the Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Always live and free on the Odyssey app. Your hometown Hometown building partner since 1956. 84 Lumber. Visit 84lumber.com.
Must finance HMF, low APR tier 1 through 2, plus tax acquisition fee, title and plates. Not available on HEV or PHEV models. Must finance HMF dealer's choice for Tucson rebate. Not all buyers are qualifying in stock units only. Offers end 5/31/26.
Get to Mike Hamlin Hyundai today for Memorial Day savings all month long. Take advantage of 0% financing for up to 60 months on the new 2026 Hyundai Tucson and Santa Fe. Or receive up to $3,000 in rebates. MikeHamlinHyundai.com. All Mike Hamlin Hyundais are backed by owner assurance. America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. And the Mike Hamlin Advantage oil changes for life.
Lynch Golf Sales at Pine Creek is dominating the club fitting market with only outdoor fittings. See why all the different options are so important. With fittings the day of purchase, there is never a fitting fee. Set up your time today at 412-492-9990.
At Spitzer Toyota Monroeville, we know your vehicle's more than engine and wheels. This is where road trips create memories and playlists become anthems. It's also your ticket to rewards when you download the Spitzer VIP app. Every purchase and visit earns you points that you can redeem for discounts on service, parts, or a new Toyota. Plus, you'll drive worry-free thanks to our lifetime warranty. Get the perks your adventures deserve only at Spitzer. Wag more, spend less at Spitzer Toyota Monroeville.
Our world revolves around you.
Spring is showing up and showing out. Give your yard its own moment with limited time deals from Lowe's. Grab select 1.5-gallon annuals hanging baskets, 2 for only $15. Plus, we've got Miracle-Gro 0.75 cubic foot garden soil, 5 bags for just $10. A little dirt, a little color, and we are so back. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid 5/7 through 5/13. Selection varies by location. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start May 13th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
This is Sean Myers bringing you fan headlines. The Pirates dominant last night in San Fran, winning 13-3 against the Giants. Pittsburgh had 20 hits. Joey Bart and Nick Gonzalez each had 4. Braxton Ashcraft, 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts in earning the victory. Pirates and Giants again today, 4:05 the first pitch. Tyler Mahle against Bubba Chandler is the pitching matchup. Coverage on 93.7 The Fan begins at 2:35 with the North Shore Tavern leadoff show. Headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, 937thefan.com.
If it matters in Pittsburgh sports, we're talking about it. Even on the weekend. That's cool. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
Chuck Brownie in the YouTube chat, Sunday lineup today, question mark. Doubtful, at least I hope not. A lot of those guys rested in this first game on Friday against the Giants. No Lau, no O'Hearn. And they're going for a series win today. Against a guy that you could score runs off of, and with a guy on the mound that gives up runs. So offense, crucial today for the Pirates and for a series win. So I don't think you'll see a Sunday lineup today. I think you'll see potentially a spitting image of yesterday's lineup with maybe a Henry Davis start in there. We shall see. We probably won't get a lineup on this show, though, will we? 4:05 first pitch, probably not.
I don't know. Do you want to text Don Kelly, see if we can get some inside?
I don't have a contact for DK. He and I aren't boys like Derek Shelton and I were boys.
Yeah, Shelty really did.
I was not boys with Derek Shelton. That was a joke.
Did he hate you?
I don't think I've ever met him. Actually, no. I did produce a Cookin' Joe once during when the Shelty show was a thing.
Great for talk radio, my man.
That show was at times because Joe and Shelty would get into it.
Yes. Ron didn't really come at him too hard.
No, I think Ron was probably mailed in by that point. He was mailing it in.
I enjoyed my interactions with Shelty.
I think I only had one.
He was very much a guy who wanted people to call him Shelty, though, right? That was like part of it.
Yeah, and
if you called him like Derek, I feel like when you first talked to him, it might have been a little awkward.
I believe that was a nickname he got by somebody on the beat. Or it might have been Joe. I think Joe started coining him Shelty.
You know, Shelty dropped incrinculant multiple times, right? You heard about this?
Like on that particular program when he was the manager of the Pirates, or is he saying incrinculant as the manager of the Twins now?
He said it, I think, during spring training this year. But he also said it during a press conference with the Pirates because Starkey kind of put him up to it.
How are the Twins doing this year?
Well, I don't have the answer for that, but I know that they're not a good... They are not a team that's meant to contend. I think their ownership basically sold off almost everything other than Byron Buxton last year. They were in like complete fire sale mode at the end of last year. So when he took it over, it's probably a situation where they're not supposed to be good.
Josh Bell's hitting .210 for them. They're 17-23.
Was there a question there?
OPS of 605. Remember when he had like 50 home runs as a Pirate one time? It wasn't 50, but it was a lot. 37 in 2019.
I was going to say, it definitely wasn't 40, right?
Close.
They have that long spell of no one hitting 40 home runs.
Josh Bell's 2019 season needs studied. Do you imagine if the Pirates had a guy? I mean, they might have one in Brandon Lau. 277, 37 home runs, 116 RBI, 936 OPS. And then in 2020, before they traded him, in that 60-game shortened season, he only had 8 home runs and hit 226. And then
would you like to hear a clip that I found?
Will Crow of Josh Bell?
Well, no. It'll be a little surprise. I haven't even listened to this, so we're just going to...
All right.
Was it special for you to see Paul win the Cy Young after the season he was able to have last?
Yeah, that was great. I mean, the sky's the limit. There's no words I wish. I mean, I'll use incrinculant just because that'll play well back in Pittsburgh. But
wait, was that a Twins writer that asked him that question?
Yeah, so I think Minnesota.
Can you imagine
was
being
playing Pittsburgh in spring training, I believe, and so he was meeting with Twins media, but maybe also some Pirates writers were there.
Play the question one more time.
Was it special for you to see Paul?
I think that's Jose Negron from DK Pittsburgh Sports.
Yeah, that was great.
I believe that's Jose. But could you imagine being like a Twins fan and watching that and hearing him say a word that doesn't exist and being like, what the hell is this guy talking about?
with no idea. I mean, there's people in Pittsburgh that don't even understand what that would mean.
No.
But certainly if you're in Minnesota.
And Joe's just sitting at home giggling like a little school kid.
And rightfully so.
Yes.
He asked me to come up with a word. That I think the day that we were going over this, again, this was probably, I don't know, early March maybe. We were playing this clip and Joe just got the biggest kick out of it. And then he's like, could you imagine if I asked you to come up with a word right now? And it's really hard. Like, go ahead, Jack. This might play for our YouTube audience. Come up with a word right now that doesn't exist that would then become something that could catch on. That's my reaction too. It's really tough.
I was going to steal one. The scene from SpongeBob. We've been Smeckledorfed. That's not even a word, and I agree with you. But that's been said before.
Yeah,
it's hard.
That's my point. It's really tough on the spot to come up with a word that's not a word that is catchy enough. And then you also have to define what this word is.
Yeah, Joe's an interesting guy.
I came up with one on the spot. It wasn't particularly good. Now I need to go back and find what it was.
Can I start talking about the Steelers now?
Fellendoofer was the word that I came up with.
Define it. This might actually segue into the Drew Aller segment here, so define it real quick.
I think it was I don't know.
Okay. Felon doofer? All right, I'm going to use it in a sentence. A lot of Steelers fans that replied to Nick Farabaugh's video of Drew Aller working out at rookie minicamp Saturday with Felon doofer over his footwork.
Perfect.
Sure. So this is a drill, and I'm going to read the quote tweet because the quote tweet comes with some pretty darn good credibility. But Faribaugh, one of my great friends, up-and-coming Steelers scribe, just posted a video of Aller taking a snap simulated from under center and working on footwork and throwing the football over the middle of the field. And a lot of people are dripping Aller to shreds. Oh, the footwork's atrocious. Moving around like 40-year-old Big Ben. Why would you post this? He got sacked 4 times on this clip. Like, folks, that's the purpose of the drill. Aaron Rodgers still does this drill. A future Hall of Famer and former 4-time MVP quarterback still does this drill. Ben DiNucci, H2P, almost won a national championship back when James Madison was still at the FCS level, and then went to the NFL and had a cup of coffee and spent some time in Dallas with Mike McCarthy. DiNucci quote tweets, Richland guy.
Yeah, big rivalry.
Yep. For anyone saying this is terrible / slow footwork, you got to understand the purpose of the drill. This is DiNucci quote tweeting this video of Drew Aller. McCarthy would show us videos in Dallas of Aaron Rodgers doing drops under center almost daily. Exaggerate first step, get out from under center, have good rhythm in your drop. It's supposed to look like this. Not everything is supposed to look like game reps. And again, if you saw the video and you're like, why does the footwork look like this? That's why. It's the purpose of the drill. And, I saw a lot of people going back at the people questioning it. Oh, geez, these fans don't know ball. I'm going to give Steelers fans that were really blown back by the footwork in that video looking like it did with a grain of salt. Because Steelers fans everywhere, near and far, no matter how much you know about football or if you don't even know if the ball's blown up or stuffed, we've been used to 19 years of Mike Tomlin. 7 shots at training camp. Just the way that Mike Tomlin runs practice and what he does at practice. This is new. This is a new head coach, a new style of head coach, an offensive-minded, a new coaching staff. We're going to see different things at practice. This might be one of those different things. So again, the object of this drill is for the footwork to look like he did, look like an ostrich, like grazing in the field there. It's not supposed to look like a game rep. And it boils down to the fact that with Drew Aller, and Drew Aller said this quote yesterday, that it seems like they're building him from the ground up. And I've said this before when I was texting back and forth with Faribaugh yesterday. We were talking about it. I don't think Drew Aller's going to succeed at the NFL level because I just question his mental ability to be a quarterback at the big level. The mental ability was a giant question in college in big games for Penn State. That's why I don't think Drew Aller's going to be very good. But it seems like Mike McCarthy is starting with him straight from scratch. And I think a lot of Penn State fans, and Sean, you could chime in here, think it's good that Mike McCarthy is kind of breaking him down, Drew Aller, and building him back up because he had the mental issues in college. He had a very not ideal end to his college football career. Probably some mental strains in that aspect. You get hurt and boom, your college career's over.
Physical bad habits as well, though.
That, and the system that he was accustomed to at Penn State under Andy Kotelnicki was not necessarily favorable to his style of quarterback. So there's a lot there that I think weighed on Drew Aller at Penn State. And, you know, I don't know necessarily how shocked I am because I think Christian Hackenberg, you want to go way back, I think Christian Hackenberg's future in the NFL would have been way different if Bill O'Brien had stayed around for his college career. So James Franklin, did he ruin another college quarterback? Maybe he did in college. The best thing that Drew Aller could do right now for his career and for any chance he has of potentially being a starting quarterback in the NFL is what the Steelers are doing with him, breaking him down and building him back up. And that seems to be the strategy with Drew Aller. And because of that, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, automatically, boom, he's going to turn into the franchise quarterback the Steelers have been hoping and waiting for. No. But this gives Drew Aller the best chance to succeed in the NFL. And that's why I'm going to give him a chance here.
First off, I was more of a Franklin defender than most people. I'm not going to put a ton of blame with James Franklin individually for the shortcomings of Drew Aller. James Franklin also got Trace McSorley and Sean Clifford into the NFL. But there's no doubt a quarterback of Aller's mold, which is more of a pocket passer, doesn't really fit with what Franklin was doing. That is, I think, very fair to say. Aller has a lot of bad habits. He misses easy throws. He's got a great arm, and yet rarely did you see it. I think back to the 2 games against WVU where he looked like an out-of-this-world type of talent.
Sure, I remember
far
those.
too often, he didn't show his ability on the deep balls, show that great arm strength, and he missed too many easy throws near the line of scrimmage, finesse plays. I think it is very fair to say as well that in the biggest games, he had some of his worst performances. He had a very good showing against Oregon in the Big Ten championship game in a dome against Indy, but this past season was pretty bad against Oregon and the loss that defined their season. He struggled against Ohio State. He struggled mightily against Notre Dame, where I think even an average performance by him would have put them in a national championship game against Ohio State. So there's a lot to clean up. He could become a good NFL quarterback. I don't expect it, but if he does, it will be because he basically rebuilds himself. I didn't see anything at Penn State to me that indicated that he'll be a good NFL quarterback, so I think this reset was necessary.
Yeah, it absolutely was. 412-928-9370. Building Drew Aller down and building him back up. How do you feel about it? 412-928-9370. Let's check in with Jim in Monaco. What's up, Jim? Good morning.
Hey, Jack. Good morning. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it, brother.
I got something. It's not, and I apologize. It's not the question you asked.
No, you're fine.
Something that it's raised my curiosity, and again, I'm just a fan, so I don't know how NFL teams operate, but it seems like Aaron Rodgers is coming back.
Mm-hmm.
But we haven't known, and I'm sure the Steelers didn't really know and were panicking. Do you think they've already I know offensive coordinators come in with their offensive philosophy, if you will, and they have their forte in how they would construct an offense. But do you think they may have started working on what their offensive identity would be and now have tailored it and reshaped it now that they feel that Aaron Rodgers is a definite? Not that he's a definite, but
no.
It seems that way.
No, and
would they go ahead and put something in ahead of knowing who their quarterback is?
Yes, absolutely, because this is an offense and a system that Aaron Rodgers is incredibly familiar with. Now, he's not the same quarterback that he was, the MVP winning quarterback the last time he played for Mike McCarthy in Green Bay several years ago, but it's the same system. It's what Aaron Rodgers is used to and knows. Like, if they would have hired anybody else to be the Steelers head coach to succeed Mike Tomlin, sure, Aaron Rodgers would not come back. The only reason we're talking about Aaron Rodgers still coming back because of how vocal he was last year. He came to Pittsburgh because of Mike Tomlin. We knew that. He said that. He admitted that. The only reason that there's a chance and that he's probably going to come back is that the Steelers hired Mike McCarthy. Like, if they would have hired Chris Shula or Jesse Minter, Aaron Rodgers would not be the Steelers quarterback this season. He would probably retire or go to Arizona. But this is a system that Aaron Rodgers is familiar with. And even on the flip side of that, he doesn't come back. Your options are 2 young guys. Will Howard, who has not played a down of football and has only been in the league for a year, and then Drew Aller, obviously they just drafted. you got to learn a new system when you get drafted into the NFL anyway. So I think that the offensive identity, Jim, and I'll let you finish. I think the offensive identity is established no matter who the quarterback is. And maybe that's more indicative of just Aaron Rodgers knowing the system and being familiar with it because of his familiarity with McCarthy.
And that's what I was going to ask. On the flip side, if we look at the perspective 180 degrees the opposite way, if, let's say, I don't know who they'd pick, but Drew Aller or Will Howard or Mason run the show at quarterback, do they now switch it again to make it more beneficial for the guy under center? I think you just answered that. It is what it is, and they're going to, they have an identity, and they're going to expect that whoever ends up being under center to follow that game plan.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah, Jim, thanks for the call. 412-928-9370. Fan Twitter brought to you by South Hills Kia Peters Township. Visit them at southhillskia.net. I mean, you're always going to tailor to your strengths of your quarterback. And yes, Will Howard and Drew Aller and Mason Rudolph are big bodies, pro-style quarterbacks, and there are a lot of common denominators there. But each of those guys, I'm sure, excel in different criteria and might be, their weaknesses might be in different spots. So you're always going to tailor what you do offensively to the strength of who's under center. But the core philosophy won't change. The core philosophy for Mike McCarthy is the West Coast offense. It is 11 personnel. It is effectively running the football and allowing that to dictate scheming guys open and thinking along those lines. Like that, those core philosophies were established when Mike McCarthy was hired and will not change. What changes is game to game, play to play, what your quarterback excels in, and what they're able to accomplish for you to try and win games. So it's not like, oh, Aaron Rodgers is coming back, let's throw this playbook out and flip to this one. Oh, he's not coming back, we've got the two young guys, throw that playbook out and go to this one. No, it's not. Larry in Washington is on the Fan. Hello, Larry.
Hello, how you doing today, sir?
I'm fantastic, sir. How are you, sir?
Oh, good. Hey, I have a real quick question. This season, to me, I mean, it's important, obviously, but I'm looking more forward to next year.
Sure.
And I just want to know, with Art Rooney and his desire to be win now philosophy, do you really think he's going to start any of these young quarterbacks next year, or do you think he's going to get another seasoned veteran and we're going to replay this whole thing over again?
What are you talking about, in 2027, like when Rodgers is definitely probably done playing football? Or this year, like 2026? No, I think next year is... Here's the deal, Larry. I mean, it's hard to say because I think a lot of people thought that Rodgers would be 25, and then boom, you draft a guy and you go from there. And oh, wait, no, Mike McCarthy's the head coach. Rodgers might come back and we're playing this game over and over and over again. I think a lot of that, too, that they've tailored their strategy and not their rebuild, but like their finding of like their real true franchise quarterback, a guy that they want to draft in the first round. They've delayed that and tailored their strategy based off of the quarterback class. Like this quarterback class in 2026 was supposed to be really good and ended up not being really good. Obviously, Mendoza and then Ty Simpson somehow went as early as he did. But regardless, like that was it as far as first round quarterbacks go. 2027, right. You're going to have Dante Moore from Oregon. You're going to have Arch Manning from Texas. You're going to have Trinidad Chambliss from Ole Miss. And you're probably going to have, I bet you, 2 or 3 other guys emerge as potential first-round quarterbacks. Like 27 right now, and again, it could change, but 27 now looks like a draft that will have 5, 6, 7 quarterbacks potentially go in the first round. And I think if this quarterback class remains strong and is strong going into next April, then the Steelers will be in a spot where they're going to take a guy in the first round, assuming neither Will Howard nor Drew Aller emerge as a guy that's going to be a franchise quarterback potential guy this season. And I don't know that they're going to have the runway to do it, Larry, because Aaron Rodgers is going to come back and take a lot of those reps.
No, I understand that. But I guess what I'm asking is, do you think because of the situation they had with Kenny Pickett, and let's say they do get I'm not going to say a franchise quarterback, but one that they think they might have next year, Do you think they will play him, or do you think it's going to be, like I said, get another veteran out there and keep training these guys for a couple more years?
It's interesting, Larry, and thanks for the call, because under the Mike Tomlin way of doing things, it was, rookies kind of had to earn their way. And like Kenny Pickett was probably a guy that should have started week 1 in 2022 over Mitch Trubisky, but didn't. That was Mike Tomlin. That'll be year 2 of Mike McCarthy, and we're getting way, way, way ahead of ourselves. We haven't even started OTAs ahead of year 1 of Mike McCarthy. But we really don't know. We don't know if, they draft a quarterback in the first round next year. Will they try and sign a bridge guy to ease the transition? We don't know what the process is there. What we also don't know by that point is how Drew Aller and Will Howard will factor into the equation. And that's why I'm going to go to break here, because we're really jumping the gun and getting ahead of ourselves, because we don't know how Drew Aller and Will Howard are going to factor into 2026, let alone 2027. Fan text line 412-928-9370. It's the Edgar Snyder and Associates fan text line. Edgar Snyder, a personal injury law firm, and they always say there's never a fee unless we get money for you. Back to the phone lines when we come back. 412-928-9370. What stuck out to you if you were able to follow along to Steelers rookie minicamp this weekend? What are you keeping your eye on? What do you think the biggest storyline is as far as the rookies go in black and gold? 412-928-9370. We'll get to your phone calls when we come back. Top the 10 o'clock hour, back to the Buccos as we preview the series finale of Bucks and Giants at 4:05 and the Sunday same game parlay, the hopefully soon to be sponsored Sunday same game parlay. Let's keep the excitement up for that. Let's win a Sunday same game parlay, gosh darn it, and try and get the thing sponsored. That's at 10:25, and we're taking you up till 11 o'clock. I'm Jack Hillgrove. Happy Mother's Day to you on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
This is Sean Myers with your fan headlines. The Pirates won convincingly last night in San Francisco, 13-3 against the Giants. The Pirates pounded out 20 hits. Joey Bart 4 for 5. Nick Gonzalez went 4 for 6. Pirates Giants today, 4:05 the first pitch. Coverage on 93.7 The Fan begins at 2:35 and is presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. Headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, you can visit 937thefan.com.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Every Wednesday, 93.7 The Fan gives you an inside look from a former general manager with Wednesday with Whaley.
Hey, we're playing to win the game.
Doug Whaley joins the Fan Morning Show from 9 to 10 to give his insight from the front office perspective. Wednesdays with Whaley. Doug Whaley is brought to you by 2 Men in a Jug Truck. Cohen Market, the official crispy chicken of the Fan. Tri-State Office Furniture, Morgan & Morgan Law Firm, Smale Chevrolet in Latrobe, and Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. 93.7 The Fan. The Fan Morning Show with Doran Dickerson and Adam Crowley.
Aaron Rodgers couldn't take in his good old time, and it's like, all right, well, now we're actually going to slap this tender on you.
Slapping a tender. I've always loved that verbiage in the NFL.
Slapped him.
With the flex tape, with that.
Exactly. This is a good commercial.
Smacked it right on the glass.
Bow.
You need a hole fixed? Bam.
He's dead,
That's Billy Mays you're thinking of.
Yeah, the other guy.
Who's the other guy?
Phil Swift.
Yep.
Isn't he still dead?
No.
The Fan Morning Show on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
I'm Larry Kelly from the injury firm of LGKG. When our fellow Western Pennsylvanians suffer terrible injuries, tragic losses, and immense financial hardships through no fault of their own, who fights for them, Joe?
We do, Larry. That's where LGKG comes in, holding the negligent accountable for the pain and suffering they cause.
History, trust, and results.
And success. More than 200 million recovered and over 10,000 clients served. That's the LGKG story.
At LGKG, we stop at nothing for justice. At LGKG, we try cases, and insurance companies know it.
3, 2, 1. We have liftoff on Daily Rewards Rocket Turbo on DraftKings Casino, the exclusive iGaming provider of Foxwoods. Play 50 $50 on your favorite casino games this week to upgrade next week's rewards. You'll get 4 chances at 10,000 in credits every day. Land rewards and use them to keep the fun going. Head to DraftKings Casino app and start playing to turbocharge your daily rewards. In partnership with DraftKings Casino, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older, physically present in Pennsylvania only. Eligibility restrictions apply. 3 launches per day for rewards. Launches expire each day at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. Earn additional launch for following week for completing play requirements. Play requirements vary. Non-withdrawable rewards and amounts vary per launch and are subject to game and expiration limits. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/promo. Sponsored by DK Crown Holdings Incorporated.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free no-risk consultation. 800-323-8922. 800-323-8922. You have nothing to lose but everything to gain. 800-323-8922.
Chuck McDowell here with Red Pocket Mobile. How long have you been stuck with the same phone plan? 2 years? 5? 10? Are you tired of surprise fees and confusing bills? Switch to Red Pocket Mobile. With Red Pocket Mobile, premium 5G plans start at just $10 a month. Pick a plan, lock in your rate, and that's the number you'll see on your bill every month. No hidden fees and no long-term contracts. And here's the kicker. Red Pocket lets you choose from 3 major 5G networks, not just one. Pick the network that actually works where you live and where you work. Try one, and if you like it, keep it. If not, switch to another. Never be stuck with a single network again. Plus, keep your phone, keep your number. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
New customers can switch and save 50%. Choose from all 3 major 5G networks with one locked-in low price and no contracts at redpocket.com. Redpocket.com.
SchultzFord.com. 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 SchultzFord.com.
Joe Ball GMC puts you in the driver's seat of the GMC Sierra. Right now, get up to $11,000 off, plus 0% financing on a truck built for power and everyday capability. Hurry in today or visit JoeBallGM.com. You can have it all at Joe Ball GMC.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-507-9701. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-507-9701. That's 800-507-9701. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Live from the ShorkeyMitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. 93.7 The Fan is cleared by aquickdrain.com.
.7 The Fan and the Pittsburgh Pirates want to visit your teams in action for our youth baseball and softball showcase. Parents and coaches, send us an email, youthsports@937thefan.com to register your 12 and under team. And 93.7 The Fan may make a stop to your field. Brought to you by Keystone Custom Apparel. Details at 937thefan.com. Why has Craig not asked me to visit a youth baseball or softball field for a youth baseball and softball showcase?
I think you're next up. Callis is usually the go-to.
Yeah,
for
but
those.
I mean, I'm almost convinced that when Harry Callis rolls into, I mean, how 12 and under, right? Callis is scaring these children, is he not?
He's a lovable teddy bear of sorts.
Hello, children.
Yeah. He's a big time up nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
He was telling me how sore he was, though, the other day, how his feet were killing him.
Dude, did I talk about this with you? Probably not. I think it was with Joel on a Thursday. I went to the trampoline park a couple of weeks ago with my nephew.
Yeah?
Dude.
Were you doing backflips?
No, I can't do that.
Oh, come on.
He just turned 6. And we were in the trampoline park for like 3.5 hours.
I've been there.
And I felt like I got hit by a bus the next day.
I got a little, I went a little too hard, and I was doing backflips quite a bit.
You can do backflips?
Yes.
Congratulations on all your success.
Listen,
Holy
I don't want
Moses.
to give away all my secrets here, but there is footage of myself and a man now known as Elijah, TNA superstar.
Yeah.
Having a wrestling match on my trampoline. Okay, I'm a veteran of trampolines, but I was going way too hard at the trampoline park in Monroeville, and I had a deck hockey game afterwards, and I was driving there, and I had to pull over thinking I was going to throw up from how strenuous my trampoline activity was. That's when I said, yeah, I probably need to just do a little bit more watching and cheering on the kids as opposed to going all out myself. Can't help it, though. It's so fun.
Yeah, the basketball area.
Slam dunk, yep.
Yep, a lot of fun. Because they have like, you can jump on a trampoline like 7-8 feet in the air and slam dunk, but they also have a court. And it's not quite like a trampoline, but you can bounce on it enough to like dunk on like an 8 or a 9 foot hoop.
Yeah.
And like the ball bounces and you can dribble. It's fun.
Do some windmills.
Yep.
Between the legs, maybe.
Yep. I felt horrendous the next day. 412-928-9370. RIP Bobby Cox passed away yesterday. One of the great managers ever. A pair of World Series in the 70s, one in the 70s, one in the 90s, 4-time Manager of the Year, Braves Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame. I mean, he's the best manager in Braves history, is he not? I mean, he's responsible for their World Series in 95, was the manager of those teams. Team that broke the Pirates' hearts in 92. Passing away this weekend. Got in the Hall of Fame in 2014 unanimously. So RIP, former Yankee coach and player and Braves manager Bobby Cox, who passed away yesterday. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. If you're a mom and you're up listening to us, appreciate you. 412-928-9370. Steelers rookie minicamp in the books. Next up, OTAs. And we were talking about Drew Aller, the whole footwork video, and everybody was like, oh, his footwork stinks. It's supposed to look like it stinks. They're building Drew Aller from the ground up. They're breaking him down and building him up. And it's kind of nice if you think about it, because the Steelers have a head coach that's qualified to do it, in an offensive-minded coaching staff built by an offensive-minded head coach that is equipped with building a quarterback down. I'm going to butcher this the whole morning. Breaking a quarterback down and building him back up. The exact thing that I think Drew Aller needs, and it gives Drew Aller the best chance to succeed at the NFL level based off of everything that he dealt with by his own doing and maybe coaches' doings at Penn State. So if you're a Penn State fan, die hard or casual, I don't really care. You and I are not going to agree because I do not like Penn State. not shy about it. But the Steelers just drafted a Penn State quarterback. If you're a Penn State fan, is breaking Aller down and building him back up the best thing you think for Aller? 412-928-9370. Other storylines, stuff you're keeping an eye on from rookie minicamp, 412-928-9370. The local guys, the Lebo guys, obviously Eli Heidenreich, drafted by the team in the 7th round. His high school teammate, his Navy teammate, Alex Teska, given a rookie tryout. We'll see how both of the Lebo guys fare in the offseason program. I have 2 other storylines that I'm keeping a close eye on. It's not Jeremy Bernard. I think Jeremy Bernard is going into a situation that is going to be very advantageous for his personal success, and that'll translate into the team success because of the system, because of how versatile of a player he is at the position. And, the Steelers drafted a wide receiver in the 2nd round in the best chance that they have for a young player to succeed right away, because they've got more depth at the top of the receiver room with Pickens, good grief, Metcalf, and Pittman. There's the P name. Than they've had in a while. I mean, that's a clear-cut 1 and 2, and it's a low-pressure situation for Bernard, one that he'll handle, and one I think that he'll be able to elevate himself. Long story short, I'm not worried about Jeremy Bernard. The 2 storylines that I'm looking at as far as the rookie minicamp was concerned, and as these rookies progress this offseason and into their first years, the offensive lineman, right? Maxie Honachor confirming to the media yesterday that he is going to start out on the right side. So what does that mean for Troy Fautanu? It probably means that he's going to start at left tackle week 1. And then Jennings Dunker, how does he fit into the equation? I think Maxie Honachor starting out on the right side almost immediately means that Troy Fautanu cements himself as the left tackle game 1, like with almost no competition. The tackle competition now turns into, in my mind, maybe Broderick Jones, because he has experience on the right side, but the neck fusion concerns me. I don't know how healthy he's going to be at the start of the season. So I'm ruling Broderick Jones, again, a guy they traded up for a few years ago, ruling him out, unfortunately. I think the true tackle competition is on the right side, and it's between Dylan Cook and Maxie Honachor. The future is Maxie Honachor, obviously. But Dylan Cook played well on the left side last year, and before he played well on the left side was the swing tackle. That's what he was employed by the Steelers to be, and can play on the right side. Because Fautanu's not going to get benched for Honachor. They're not going to stick to their guns there. Maxie Honachor saying that he's going to start out on the right side, to me, confirms that Fautanu moves to the left side, and it's either going to be Honachor or Dylan Cook at right tackle week 1. That's like 1A when it comes to the storyline of the offensive line for me. And then 1B is the guard position. Left guard, Brock Hoffman maybe, Spencer Anderson maybe, Jennings Dunker maybe. How quickly does the greatest mullet maybe in the history of football transition from playing tackle at Iowa to guard in the NFL? I love him. I was a part of that conference call on Friday night, day 2, when he was drafted. I saw his meeting with the reporters in person yesterday on the field in the indoor facility on the south side. I love him. I love what he brings to not just the Steelers, but this town as a professional athlete in Pittsburgh. I'm rooting like hell for him. I think he's a great young person. But how quickly can he translate to left guard in the NFL, or right guard, but guard nonetheless in the NFL? That's a storyline. And the other one is Caden Weechin. I was weary on the Caden Weechin pick in the 4th round. He's not a guy that I don't think will have much of a future when it comes to down in and down out. He's a return specialist. But he was a really, really good return specialist at Iowa. And if he can be one of the best kick and punt return men that the Steelers have had in a while, for a 4th-round pick, that's a job well done. If it doesn't translate to the big boy level of football, there might have been other options in the 4th round that you could have done or went with to help this team not just try to win now, because that's their mission, but for the future as well. 412-928-9370. So the two biggest storylines outside of Drew Aller, the offensive lineman, and I think the return man in Caden Weechin. 412-928-9370. Let's grab a call before we go to break. Let's go to Joe. Hey, Joe.
Good morning, Jack. It's nice to speak with you.
You too.
I wanted to thank you and your grandfather and all the folks up there in Bolivar at Champion Lakes for a great day yesterday. We're on our way home. We managed to dry out, and but what a thrill to get to see a lot of celebrities. Had a lot of fun, despite really bad, really awful weather. And somehow, if you managed to stick around for the back nine, you got rewarded with some sunshine.
Joe, how'd you guys play?
We shot 7 under.
That was better than we did.
And when I looked at the winning score, I thought, my goodness, who are these folks that are shooting 14 conditions? They got a game that's better than mine.
Who'd you play with, Joe? Who was your celebrity?
Well, we really lucked out. I played with Ken Maka for the second year in a row. And he, that guy, he's 80 years old, and he hits a 3-wood farther than I can hit a driver. Really solid guy to play with. And then we got treated to having Paul Alexander in our group as well. Because his group didn't show up. So we had 2 celebrities. And they were both just great people to be around during the round of golf.
Well, Joe, despite the weather, I appreciate you guys for coming out again, and I appreciate you guys for having a good time, and thanks for the kind words. And I've said this before at the outing, and I'll say it again. Yes, it benefits an endowed scholarship in Dick's name to an athlete at the University of Pittsburgh, and that's the mission for the outing. But it also symbolizes a tremendous friendship between my grandpap and one of the greatest human beings I've ever been blessed to know in Dick Rote. And, Dick's family, his daughter Allison and son-in-law Paul DiStefano that run Champion Lakes. Carol Ann Grote was also there yesterday. The Grote DiStefano family, tremendous people. Like, I am a better human being for knowing them. And I can't even begin to explain how wonderful people they are. And it's an added bonus that they, for my money, run the best and nicest and most beautiful public golf course in our region. That's just an added bonus. So again, a great day yesterday, and thanks to Joe for calling in and chiming in with the kind words. Paul Alexander and his group. Ken Maka can play, so they got 2 pretty darn good players as far as, because it's you get a foursome plus a celebrity in your scramble, and they lucked out.
So Ken Maka is still helping out with baseball. He's an assistant coach at Westmoreland County Community College.
Wow.
Head coach Mike Draghi and I did some broadcasts together, and he was shouting out Ken Maka, still doing it. He's been there for like 15 years at a community college for a guy that was at the major league level. That just shows how much he cares about the game and helping young people. Because when you're coaching in a community college, you're probably not coaching future pros, but you're still imparting your vast knowledge on teenagers or early 20-year-olds and helping them continue to expand their abilities in the game.
Yeah, it's a guy with, 5-6 years as a manager in baseball with the A's and the Brewers?
Yeah, there's some guys with that resume that they would kind of big time it, right? They wouldn't want to be.
Maka took over those A's in the early 2000s for Art Howe, right?
Yep, I believe that's correct. right after the Moneyball movie.
Yeah, he did. Won 96 games, 91, 88, 93. Couldn't get out of the ALDS, though. That was kind of the Achilles heel of those A's back then, if you saw Moneyball. But yeah, great day. Ken Maka, Paul Alexander, Malsey was there. Kevin Colbert was there. Quentin Wirginis, Shane Roy, Cam Lindsay, a couple of former and current Pitt football players, and I'm gonna miss a lot of people that were there.
That'll be good banter for next week's Going Low with Malsey.
Yeah, I don't know how his group played. Probably pretty well.
Was Craig Menkins there? Did he golf?
I don't know if Craig was there. I've never met Craig in person, so he might have been there. I don't know if he was in Malsey's group or not. But yeah, tremendous day. And again, if you were there, like Joe was, or have been there in the past, appreciate you for supporting a good cause and a great event. 412-928-9370. That's the number to chime in. We're going to go to break. We'll come back top of the hour. We'll get back into Bucko baseball. We'll preview this Sunday matchup as the Pirates go for the series win against the San Francisco Giants at 4:05. Sunday same game parlay at 10:25, and plenty of time for your phone calls before we wrap it up at 11 o'clock. Jack Hillgrove with you on a Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. It's a Sunday morning right here on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Sean Myers bringing you Fan Headlines. The Pirates claimed a 13-3 victory yesterday in San Fran against the Giants. 20 hits for the Pirates. Also a good performance by Braxton Ashcraft. 7 strong innings, 6 hits, 1 run, 6 strikeouts. Pirates, Giants today, 4:05 first pitch. Bubba Chandler against Tyler Malley is the pitching matchup. Coverage on 93.7 The Fan begins at 2:35 with the North Shore Tavern leadoff show. For more headlines, you can check out 937thefan.com. They're powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Jack?
Fan weather brought to you by Secure Money Advisors. Looking to retire soon? Let Secure Money Advisors get your retirement on track. Sun and clouds, high of 65. Back in a few minutes for the top of the hour, and back to Bucko baseball right after this.
Miller time. It only happens if you make it happen. So say hello with some beers. Make the plans. Live a little. Because legendary moments start with a light. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2026 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Text us on the Edgar Snyder and Associates text line at 412-928-9370. Edgar Snyder and Associates reminds you to text responsibly. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, built by Window Nation. Home of the buy two, get two free offer.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. $4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Recently, our company softball team lost the big game by 1 run. Then Dale tried to console us with the quote, "Winning isn't everything." Dale's a loser. I play to win. Like early payout from Bet365. If my team goes up big, I get paid out instantly, even if they blow the lead later. Sound familiar, Dale? Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Pennsylvania. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Pony, imagine all that could happen in 5 years. Jobs may change, kids will grow, new memes will come out. But also, what if you had reliable, intelligent Wi-Fi and the price didn't change for 5 years? Thanks to Xfinity 5-year price guarantee, you actually don't have to worry about that part of your future. You're guaranteed 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to your devices that need them the most. That finds and fixes any issues before you even notice them. It's like a super intelligent Wi-Fi that keeps you protected from threats online. All with our best equipment with no annual contracts, no fees, and no strings. So even though kids will grow up and you still won't understand 6-7, your internet will stay sharp, reliable, and most importantly, the price will stay put. 5 years, same internet price. Lock in reliable fiber-powered gig Wi-Fi for effortless streaming, plus get the Disney Plus Hulu bundle and Peacock Premium included on us. Xfinity, imagine that. To get started, visit Xfinity.com or drop into an Xfinity store today. Restrictions apply. Peacock Premium included for 3 years. Programming subject to change and availability. Actual speeds vary. Xfinity Internet is powered by fiber and connected to the premises by coaxial cable.
Your hometown building partner since 1956. 84 Lumber. Visit 84lumber.com.
Lynch Golf Sales at Pine Creek is dominating the club fitting market with only outdoor fittings. See why all the different options are so important. With fittings the day of purchase, there is never a fitting fee. Set up your time today at 412-492-9990.
At Spitzer Toyota Monroeville, we know your vehicle's more than engine and wheels. This is where road trips create memories and playlists become anthems. It's also your ticket to rewards when you download the Spitzer VIP app. Every purchase and visit earns you points that you can redeem for discounts on service, parts, or a new Toyota. Plus, you'll drive worry-free thanks to our lifetime warranty. Get the perks your adventures deserve only at Spitzer. Wag more, spend less at Spitzer Toyota Monroeville.
Our world revolves around you. If you dread dealing with your insurance company more than you dread yard work, in 90-degree weather.
Wow, it is a scorcher out there today.
With a swarm of hungry mosquitoes buzzing around. Then you might have Insuranoia. And if you have Insuranoia, then you should get NJM. They go to great lengths to do what's best for their policyholders. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
The Colonel's cooked up a new $10 bucket of the day just for you. Monday, 24 nuggets for $10. Tuesday, 8-piece fried chicken for $10. Wednesday, 10 wings for $10. Thursday, 8 tenders for $10. Friday, 24 nuggets for, ooh, you guessed it, didn't you? $10. The $10 bucket of the day deal. Every weekday. Only at KFC. It's finger licking good.
Prices and participation variable. Supplies last. Not available on third-party ordering platforms. Tax extra.
My dad passed away unexpectedly. Of course, it was awful in every way, but we are very grateful that he had life insurance. So even after he was gone, he was still able to provide for us. And that's why I have life insurance for my family. Ethos.com. They make it fast and easy to get covered. It's 100% online. You get a quote in seconds. And you can apply in minutes. You get covered the same day.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/protect. That's ethos.com/protect. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
HD1 Pittsburgh, an Odyssey sports station. Live from the Jim Shorkey Mitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Always live and free on the Odyssey app. Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
This is Sean Myers bringing you fan headlines. Last night in the NHL playoffs, the Philadelphia Flyers saw their season end. They were swept by the Carolina Hurricanes in the 7-game series. The Canes winning 3-2 in overtime in Game 4. Headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more headlines, visit 937thefan.com.
Sports don't stop for the weekend, and neither do we.
We are going to have so much fun this weekend.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
2 on Griffin with a man at second. The pitch. Griffin hits one in the air to center, falling fast and down for a base hit. Gilbert will play it on a hop. Throw is offline, and Horwitz will score standing. Griffin will take second on the throw. Give him an RBI single. Pirates lead 3-1 in the 6th.
Yeah, he's only getting better, folks. Only getting better. Hitting at 258. OPS of 704. That OPS plus creeping up and up near that league average mark of 100. He's at 96 OPS plus this season. Ranks 7th on the team in OPS plus. By the way, the Pirates offense has been pretty good. Can it continue on a Sunday afternoon? 4:05 first pitch time as the Bucks wrap up a series with the Giants. Be able to listen to it here on the Fan later this afternoon against an old buddy, an old friend. Tyler Mahle is what we're rolling with, thanks to the esteemed
Mahle. Remember,
Mahle.
like Rally.
Yeah, Mahle. Used to play for the Reds. Spent a majority of his career with Cincinnati. This is his first season with the Giants. Last couple of years with Texas, couple of years with Minnesota after being traded from Cincy to the Twins. Spent 17 to 22 with the Reds and has made 14 career starts against the Pirates, all of which are with the Cincinnati Reds. So the Pirates have not seen Mahle since 2022. It's a career 354. I apologize. 354 ER, 384 ERA.
Keeps getting higher and higher.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. StatMuse does not necessarily bode well for like the way that they break it down pretty well. They give you all 14 of his game logs. But in 14 appearances, 13 starts against the Pirates over his career, Mahle, a 5-4 record, a 3.84 ERA against the Pirates. But in home starts, now granted, this was at Great American Small Park, but in home starts, 5 of them against the Pirates in his Reds career, a 5.33 ERA in friendly confines. Now, is he getting jitters in a home ballpark against the Buccos? Or is that more indicative of the home ballpark he used to play in? Probably the latter.
Great American Small Park. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Hadn't heard that before.
You've never heard that before?
I have not.
That's like what everybody calls it, I feel like.
You could have claimed credit for it, and I would have given it all to you.
Yeah, well, you could have. If I would have claimed credit for it, I think a bunch of people would call me out.
Those YouTubers would have been all over it.
They probably would have been. But yeah, so he has not pitched for the Reds since 2022. Pirates haven't seen him since 2022. And the numbers are good, not great. Sub-4 career ERA against the Pirates. And that's who the Buccos will be facing today. Last start out for Mahle, 5 1/3 on Sunday against the Rays on the road in Tampa Bay. 4 hits, no runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks. But before that, gave up 5 earned runs to the Phillies. An offense on paper that's supposed to be pretty good, but the Phillies are, under 500 and fired their manager. So kind of an up and down season so far for Mahle. No earned runs on Sunday at Tampa, 5 earned runs. Tuesday, April 28th at Philly. 7 shutout innings against the Dodgers on April 22nd, and then against his former team in Great American Small Park against the Reds, gave up 8 earned runs, no earned runs, 5 earned runs. So it went 5-0, 8-0, 5-0. Those are the last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starts for Mahle this season. So if we're going to continue the pattern, hopefully it's another 5+ earned run performance today. Maybe something to keep in mind for the old Sunday same game parlay. Hopefully soon to be sponsored Sunday same game parlay. That comes up in about 20 minutes. So it's Mahle against the Bucks. It's Bubba Chandler against the Giants. And this is the biggest storyline in my mind of the day. a lot of people were asking, is it going to be a Sunday lineup today? We haven't seen the quote-unquote Sunday lineups a whole lot this season because the Pirates are a team that's trying to contend and win now, and they have an opportunity to win a series, an opportunity to win their third consecutive series, and an opportunity to get to 23-18. And you combine that with the fact that a bunch of guys got rest on Friday because they didn't see the lefty Robbie Ray in this first game against the Giants, you're probably going to get most of your horses, if not all of them, today in this lineup at 4:05 against the Giants. So I'm not concerned with, is it going to be a Sunday lineup or not? I doubt it. The biggest storyline's Bubba Chandler, who bounced back pretty darn well on Tuesday night in Arizona. 5 innings, 2 hits, 6 walks, 4 strikeouts, and the earned runs that he gave up were both in the bottom of the first inning. And I've got to break out the calculator here because, again, I stink at math. But it was, I believe, a 38-pitch first inning for Chandler. And you're like, here we go again. And granted, he was credited with the loss, 1-4. If you know me, you know how I feel about, wins and losses as far as a statistic for starting pitchers. But a 38-pitch first inning where he gave up 2 runs, and you think, oh boy, here we go again. And he finished with 5 innings of work, 92 pitches. And it was, if you do the math, 54 pitches over 4 innings, nothing on the ledger. And that's pretty good. And he bounced back well, and the Pirates losing that game was not necessarily Bubba Chandler's fault. Yes, he was credited with the loss, but Yohan Ramirez, thank you very much, third of an inning, comes in relief, and they blow it open. The Diamondbacks do. 5 earned runs for Ramirez in relief in Chandler's last start, and then it obviously ballooned to what it ballooned to, a 9-0 Pirates loss. So I'm optimistic that Bubba Chandler can use innings 2, 3, 4, and 5 in Arizona on Tuesday as positive momentum going into his start this Sunday afternoon on the road in San Fran, because he has to. A young guy that struggled, a young guy that had a lot of hype. I mean, think to, this time last year when he was just dicing up AAA offenses left and right. And we were like, okay, when's Bubba Chandler making his way to the big leagues? And then May happened, and then June happened, and then July happened, and then I think August happened, and then Bubba Chandler was in AAA for a lot longer than he and we thought he would be. Comes up here, shows flashes, but was what he was last year and has struggled for the most part with his command. The whip's at 1.5. He's walked a bunch of people. 26 walks in 7 starts. But like I said, 54 pitches over 4 innings with nothing on the ledger after a 38-pitch, 2 runs allowed first inning his last start out. Like innings 2, 3, 4, and 5 for Chandler should be used as positive juju, momentum, whatever the hell you want to call it for this start today, because it has to be. Because Bubba Chandler's got to find a groove. He has to figure some things out. And I'm optimistic that he can today, like I said, based off of how he finished his start in Arizona on Tuesday. So I ask you at 412-928-9370, do you feel the same way about Bubba Chandler? Or are you the other way on Bubba? Are you to the point where when Jones is ready to roll, do you opt to leave Majinski in the rotation and flip Bubba out of there? I don't. I think it's Jones in, Majinski out still. But Bubba Chandler in the 7 starts so far this season might have turned you off. And I'm interested to see where you come down at 412-928-9370.
6-man?
No. For one reason and one reason only.
Because you reduced Paul Skeens.
Correct. Why would you reduce the best pitcher in baseball?
Well, can I I will give the counter argument. I don't necessarily believe that they should go with the 6-man either. But the Seattle Mariners are doing it right now. And they've got some really good guys like Logan Gilbert, Brian Wu, George Kirby, who are going to pitch less frequently because of this. The reason that it makes more sense for the Pirates than it would for most teams, other than Mitch Keller, would you not say that most of their pitchers are still young enough that they're being a little protected and sheltered in terms of their pitch count and their innings limits this year?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a concern once we get to late August, early September, that some of those innings will be near the threshold for some of these guys? Like an Ashcraft?
I personally don't, but I can.
Like Chandler?
Ashcraft, yeah, because I spent a majority of the first hour asking the masses at 412-928-9370, like, is this Braxton Ashcraft, or is he going to, pull a Jeff Locke in 2012 and fall off a little bit? Or, more recently, Mitch Keller, who's been dominant in half one and kind of crappy in half two. Yeah, I mean, that is very much the devil's advocate to that, Sean, and it's a valid point. But, like, this stretch, right? So, Skeens is scheduled to pitch on Tuesday and will pitch on Tuesday against the Rockies when the Pirates come back home. The Rockies stink. They're 16-24. Skeens is pitching at home against a bad team. I will bet on the Pirates to win on Tuesday against the Rockies. So you have that going for you, which is nice. But because the Pirates right now are on a 5-game rotation, Skeens' next turn after Tuesday against Colorado is the series finale against Philadelphia.
I like the Caddyshack reference, by the way.
I appreciate you for picking that up. Thank
Big
you
hater,
so much. The robe striking. That was Paul Skeens on what was it, Thursday night? No. Yes. 8 innings. They all run together. The West Coast trips run together. I apologize. White robe, striking. That was Paul Skeens going 8 innings the other night.
No.
We could annoy. Here's the deal with that. We could spend the rest of the show, the next 45 minutes, just firing off Caddyshack quotes.
It's in the hole.
And that would appeal to a select group of people that would probably clamor for me to...
Oh, that guy just hung up on us. Thought we had a caller ready to go. Maybe that's proof to your point.
That would clamor to a group. They would be clamoring for, you know what, Jack, take over all the shows. Morning drive, afternoon drive, midday, make him the face of the station. And then there would be another group of people be like, who the hell is this guy? Get him the hell off the air. But nonetheless, I appreciate the Caddyshack quote recognition. Nonetheless, back to the point. Because the Pirates are on a 5-pitcher rotation right now, and I think it was Brad in Brookline. Brad, please call back, 412-928-9370. Skeens' next turn in the rotation is Sunday in the series finale against the Phillies. The Phillies fired their manager, struggled to start the season, went on a, holy cow, 10-game losing streak. We're 8-18, and now they're 18-22. And the, Brandon Marsh, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper, Alec, but the big payroll and the heavy hitters, that's starting to do what Phillies fans want it to do, which means that this home series against the Phillies this weekend could be a big one. And you've got Skeens in it because the Pirates are on a 5-man rotation. If it were 6, Skeens would not be pitching in any of these games against the Phillies. Now, 6 1/2 dozen the other, maybe, because that would put him, in line to pitch in the St. Louis series on the road. They need to bounce back against the Cardinals next week, Tuesday, May 19th through the Thursday, the 21st is when they're in St. Louis. Yeah, there might be 6 1/2 dozen the other, but still, you limit Paul Skeens, you limit how many starts he's going to get, and I don't think the Pirates, while I think they're a good team, they're not good enough, especially if they want to be a postseason ball club, where they don't have Skeens pitching as much as a normal ace should. So that's why I'm not rolling to a 6-man rotation. And they're in a spot right now where I think Majinski, long-term, better served in a bullpen role. Or Bubba Chandler, might need to figure some things out in the bullpen. There are plausible and realistic options to take somebody out of the rotation for Jared Jones. That's number one, why I would stick to a 5-man rotation. And number two, the biggest reason is I want Skeens in there as much as possible. 412-928-9370. Let's go to Mike in Hopewell. Hello, Mike. How are you?
Hey, Jack. I'm doing well. I have a question about O'Neal Cruz, the Enigma. You know, he's in his first year of arbitration. Not so much what they should do on the field with him, but what should they do with him contract-wise? What do you think they should do, and what do you think they will do?
Well, that's a good point as far as O'Neal Cruz's contract goes. I think they're in a point right now with Cruz, Mike, that I don't necessarily know that he's worth, blowing through a few years of arbitration and an extension, because I think as he heads into ARB 2 next year, if he is doing more of the same, then maybe you could talk extension. But on the flip side of that, does it get to a point where he might be a little bit too expensive? I'm just not sold on O'Neal Cruz's consistency. And if you're not sold on consistency, Mike, then I'm not going to, really entertain a long-term contract. They've got their guy in Connor Griffin. He's going to be here for 9 years. We know that. That's their contract extension. And if Cruz was a little bit more consistent and has lived up to a little bit more and showed, that he can't, at times isn't a defensive liability, then yeah. Well, let's entertain a contract extension, but I'm not doing it right now, and I don't think the Pirates are doing it right now either.
Yeah, I think the better he plays, unfortunately, the least likely they'll be able to afford any type of an extension for him.
Yeah, I agree, Mike. Thanks for the call, man, and enjoy your Sunday. That's a good point, but also, too, not a whole lot of sample size of what we're seeing right now with O'Neal Cruz. He's been up and he's been down for his career and this season. The average is back up to 256. He had 3 hits yesterday, but he was on that astronomical tear, hitting 328 on April 14th. And then by April 28th, he was down to 265. So in 2 weeks, the average dropping, 50, 60 points. It was actually as low as 245 on Thursday. Up and down has been the theme and the best way you can summarize Cruz's career, and the way you could just summarize the what have you done for me lately, and that's the 2026 season. To me, that doesn't translate to a long-term deal with Cruz, and if it doesn't translate it to me, who wants this team to spend money and win now, it certainly doesn't translate to Ben Cherington and Bob Nutting either. Let's go to Art in Connecticut, talking Buccos. Hello, Art.
Hi, how are you today?
Fantastic. How are you?
Good. After watching the Buccos the last 2 nights, I was impressed, obviously, with a couple of players from the Giants. And the Giants may starting to be in their cleaning house mode. When I saw they traded Patrick Bailey the other day. Robbie Ray would be a great addition. He's on the last year of a $25 million contract, so he won't come cheap. But he's by far the best left-handed starter out there. And we need a left-handed starter. And the other one would be Matt Chapman. If the Giants don't believe they have a future with this ball club, Chapman, excellent third baseman, excellent hitter, right-handed hitter. I think it would be a great addition to the club.
Yeah, Art, thanks.
I'm going to hang up.
Yeah,
hang up my lick suck.
Yep, absolutely, Art. Thanks for tuning us in on YouTube or the Odyssey app from Connecticut. If I had to pick which one was a little bit more feasible, I guess it would probably be Robbie Ray, right? Last year of his contract, like Art mentioned, it's 25 per.
Big runner.
And he adds versatility to that rotation as a left-handed starter. And he's had a pretty darn good season, and we saw it the other night. Matt Chapman, on the other hand, dang it, I closed the tab. I can tell you before.
Robbie Ray won a Cy Young, by the way. A lot of people don't remember that.
Do you remember that because it was with the Mariners?
No,
wasn't it?
It was with Toronto.
Oh.
Yes.
Matt Chapman's 33, and he's making $25 million, and he'll be making $25 million a year, in a little over $25 million a year in 27, 28, 29, and 30. The Pirates aren't taking on that contract. And I don't think they need to. Yeah, good third baseman, but look at what Nick Gonzalez is doing. Nick Gonzalez 113 OPS plus, team leader in batting average, hitting .323, which I believe is either just outside of the top 5, definitely in the top 10 in the National League. And he's playing well enough at that position. To the point, it's like, would you rather have, and I'm gonna answer this question, and I don't really necessarily know, it's up for debate. Would you rather have Nick Gonzalez hitting .323 with a 113 OPS plus, or would you rather have Matt Chapman making over $25 million a year at 33 years old, hitting .229 with a 78 OPS plus? The answer to that question is Nick Gonzalez, and you don't really have to think about it a whole lot. And I don't really care if the contract wasn't, over $100 million for the next 4 years. I'm not taking that trade. Robbie Ray, though, I'd kick the tires on it. Chuck in Uniontown. Good sir. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Jack. Jack, I'm going to ask you a question.
You can do that.
I say the answer is no, and you probably will say too. This upcoming rotation, Skeens is scheduled to pitch next Sunday against Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
Would you hold him back to pitch him in St. Louis on the 19th? I mean, Skeens is 0-5 against the Cardinals lifetime, but still, that's a big series for us because we've got to respond to the Cardinals. We've got to let them know that they're not going to push us around again.
Chuck, let me respond to your question with a question. How much of a no is it for you? Is it an adamant no, or is it maybe 55-45? Are you leaning no?
Well, let me put it this way to you, Jack. If you're teetering on the border of a 6-man rotation, then that might work out okay. But I'm thinking the other side of the coin, Jack.
Mm-hmm.
It's May. All games are important.
Yeah.
But you don't start messing around with your natural rotation.
I agree.
We've got 4.5 months of baseball to play. But I will tell you this, Jack. I think 30 to 35 wins in the Central Division is going to be necessary for the Pirates to either win the division or become a wild card team, because you've got to play well against the Central Division. And as I said yesterday to somebody, you can't have anybody, the Cardinals, the Cubs, the Brewers, whatever, go 10-3 against you. Not this year.
No. Yeah, no, not at all. I think combined 6-20 between the Brewers and the Cubs last year.
You can't. We have to play better against some of those that have been kryptonites for us. But I think, Jack, there's something different about this team. Truthfully, I think they're going to respond better in that series in St. Louis, because we can't go 1-6 or 0-7 against the Cardinals after the first round.
No, not at all, Chuck.
They will.
Not at all. Chuck, appreciate you as always. Thanks for the call, and you bring up a good question. I didn't really give it much thought. When he posed the question, I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, they just lost 4 to St. Louis. The Cardinals are probably thinking to themselves, well, we thought we'd stink, and we're 3.5 out, and we're in second place. Maybe we don't stink. Maybe we're not rebuilding. And yeah, I would prefer to have, I don't really care what the lifetime numbers say for Paul Skeens against the Cardinals. I would prefer to have your ace against the team that you just lost 4-2 a couple of weeks ago. But I side with Chuck, and for the reasons Chuck cited. It is May. All the games matter. The divisional games are finite. You play less of them now these days. I understand that. And you already lost 4 to the Cardinals. But all games matter in the middle of May. And messing up the rotation or just delaying things, and I know Skeens is probably okay to handle it, but screwing up with the groove and just the routine that Skeens has been on is something that I don't want to do in the middle of May, like Chuck said, when all games matter. And it would, to me, kind of symbolize a rash decision, an overreaction from Don Kelly's point of view if they went with a bullpen game or a spot start or Wilbur Dotel or Mason Montgomery, whoever, for that game against the Phillies just to set the tone or try to set the tone with Skeens game 1 against the Cardinals.
And what if he ends up pitching one fewer game at the end of the season because of moving him back?
Yeah, I think it's just a rash decision. So I'm not like hell-bent, no, don't screw with it. I really understand the point of view. And yeah, you lost 4 to the Cardinals. Yeah, divisional games matter a little bit more these days, but not in May. All the games matter in May. And Philadelphia is a really, really good team, especially lately. They weren't a good team at the start of the season, but they've responded well, and they've got some big-time talent in that lineup. I would like Skeens to see those guys as opposed to maybe some young guys that are playing well to start the season for St. Louis. 412-928-9370. Fan Twitter brought to you by South Hills Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Route 19 in Peters Township. And the phone number is also the same number as the fan text line, 412-928-9370. Brought to you by Edgar Snyder & Associates, a personal injury law firm where they always say there's never a fee unless we get money for you. More time for your phone calls, but the Sunday same game parlay is next.
Now, fan headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
This is Sean Myers with your fan headlines. The Pirates knocked off the San Francisco Giants 13-3 on Saturday. 20 hits for the Buccos. Joey Bart and Nick Gonzalez each had 4. Braxton Ashcraft got the victory, 7 strong innings, giving up just 1 run. Pirates and Giants again today, 4:05 the first pitch. Tyler Mahle against Bubba Chandler is the matchup. Coverage on 93.7 The Fan begins at 2:35 and is presented by Keystone Custom Apparel. Headlines powered by Bowser Chevrolet. To see more headlines, visit 937thefan.com.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Pony and Muller here. Mike and Mike's Beer Bar is a big fan of us. In fact, he gave us our own beer. Okay, well, kind of. Each month, Mike picks a local beer that we call the Fan Beer of the Month. The Fan Beer of the Month for May is Lincoln Avenue Brewing's Jalapeno Machete Cream Ale. And the charity sales will benefit Save Our Strays Pittsburgh, an organization dedicated to rescuing abandoned, neglected, at-risk cats.
And if you don't like the Fan Beer of the Month, Mike has 4 other beers on tap that you can select, and he will make a donation to the charity. Check out the Fan Beer of the Month at Mike's Beer Bar.
Meet me at Mike's.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Get the latest on Pittsburgh sports from anywhere with the Odyssey app. Listen to shows and Pirate games live. Check out our exclusive interviews and content anytime. Download the Odyssey app now and never miss a minute. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
At Planet Fitness, we know how important it is to take care of both your mind and body. That's why now through May 15th, all new members get free massage amenities all month long, so you can reset, recover, and leave feeling stronger than when you came in. Join the club for just $1 down, $15 a month, and get free massage amenities for the month of May. No commitment. Deal ends May 15th. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See Club for details.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us.
Dial #law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I need a little range, step to the range.
There's a new flavor in town, the Jalapeno Ranch Club at Chick-fil-A. With that juicy Chick-fil-A original spicy or grilled chicken, a buttermilk ranch bun, candied bacon, pepper jack cheese, and jalapeno ranch sauce. It's got big ranch vibes with a little heat. Chick-fil-A's new Jalapeno Ranch Club. Available for a limited time only. Order ahead on the Chick-fil-A app.
You've probably heard all those ads for life insurance. Just a few dollars a day, apply online in minutes, no medical exam. Simple, easy, and cheap, right? Now you're thinking, maybe I should get a quote. Well, smart thinking. Everyone should have life insurance. But here's what they don't tell you. Those few dollars a day rates, they're for young people in perfect health. That's why everyone calls Big Lou the 50 to 60-year-old not-so-perfect candidate. Like you. You take prescription meds, and you're overweight. Winner, fried chicken dinner. Well, Big Lou works with life insurance companies that want people like you, with no surprises after you apply. In fact, if you're a 50-year-old guy with a few health glitches, Lou could probably find you $1 million of term life coverage for about $200 a month. So yeah, you need life insurance. But unless you're young and healthy, you gotta call Big Lou, because he's like you, older, heavier, and on meds too. Get a quote right now at 800-777-1979, 800-777-1979, or biglou.com.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless.
Well, good morning, kiddo. I love that you're home from college. I've missed you.
Still taking your Nature Made vitamins?
Every day. A multivitamin and a probiotic. You better be taking yours.
Still looking out for me, Mom.
I'll never stop.
Made to care for you every day. Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin and supplement brand. Find us in the vitamin aisle, based on a survey of pharmacists who recommend branded vitamins and supplements.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mirajoyed. That Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams sale and get 30% off Duration, Woodscapes, and Super Deck products May 1st through the 11th. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Allegheny County is looking for poll workers to work the election on May 19th. Poll workers earn $150 to $175 for the day plus paid training. For more info and to apply, visit AlleghenyVotes.com. That's AlleghenyVotes.com.
Between hybrid work schedules and getting pretty much anything delivered to your doorstep, it feels like there's no reason to leave the house anymore. But some of the best deals are still in store for you, literally. At Omaha Steaks, they're known for quality meat delivery, but they also have stores right in your neighborhood. At the streets of Cranberry and Cranberry Township and Settlers Ridge and Robinson, now is the time to stop by and pick up their Burger Perfection Stack. This bundle includes premium 6-ounce patties made from 100% aged, single-cut steak, filet mignon, ribeye, and more. Plus, come in today and get 8 free smash burgers with the stack. While you're there, also ask about the manager special, 4 USDA certified tender top sirloin fillets for $29.99. These beauties are aged for over 35 days and are just as tender as a grocery store filet mignon. Grab dinner from your local Omaha Steak store in Cranberry Township or Robinson tonight.
93.7 The Fan is cleared by aquickdrain.com. Keeping you up to date, even on the weekend.
Did you hear that?
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
We're 0 for 6 this season on the Sunday same game parlay. And, for those who have aspirations to get this segment sponsored, not a great look. But we're really trying our hardest. I promise you. 412-928-9370. Fan 5 alarm presented by Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. It is back. June 17, June 18. We're looking for 25 local volunteer fire departments to receive donations. You can nominate your VFD today at 937thefan.com, presented by 1-800-BOARD-UP and the National Fire Sprinkler Association. We were 4 for 5 last week. Bad beat. You'd think I'd learn because I've been beat by betting on Pirates to record hits, and that's all that we lost out on yesterday or last week. We hit on this was the lightning quick game last Sunday against the Reds, 1-0. First inning, under 0.5 runs. That one run came in the 8th inning, so we cashed there. I was going to go Chase Burns under 6.5 strikeouts.
Yeah, we bullied you into changing that one.
And I'm glad you did, because I believe in his last inning, he got to 7 Ks, and it hit over. And I said that I wasn't going to let you hear the end of it if you bullied me into the wrong decision, and I was right all along.
The callers were on my side.
They were, and I'm glad they were. That's why I love Pittsburgh and its sports fans. For the most part, a lot of them are knowledgeable. You, sir, are very knowledgeable, and you all talked me off a ledge. We cashed there. Ultimately didn't matter because I'll let you know where we missed. Braxton Ashcraft over 5.5 Ks. What a start it was last Sunday for him. What a start it was last night. Pirates money line, obviously, that connected. They beat the Reds 1-0 last Sunday, the 3rd. And we missed on Brandon Lau to record a hit. He was 0 for 3 with a walk. A lot of Pirates went 0 for that day. But I was hoping that one of the best hitters in the NL and right now a surefire all-star. Is Brandon Lau, on paper right now, supposed to be, would he be the starter at second base for the NL? Probably, right?
I'd have to peruse the other options, but...
Because, Andy Paez is having a good season in LA, but he's an outfielder, right?
Let me get to the bottom of this. Although I will say, it's never too early to talk about this stuff, but it feels a little early to really solidify all-star. I will say, just a fun little tidbit, maybe the front runner in the AL for second base, Cole Young.
NA, right?
That's right, North Allegheny alum.
For your Seattle Mariners. Where's Colt Emerson?
He's getting a lot of money to play in AAA.
Yep. Good for him. Congratulations on all his success. All right, we're 0 for 6. Let's turn that into 1 for 7 today. Depending on the sports book you use, it's going to be like a plus 11.09, 11.10. So $10 will win you 110 if this connects today. Again, should probably learn from my mistakes betting on select Pirates to record hits because that's where I've been beat.
Would you like a music bed? Do you think that'll help this a little bit?
Maybe.
Okay.
I have 2 Pirates to record hits today. One's a feel. The other, I'm using history to make this decision. The first one is the feel pick, Connor Griffin. Connor Griffin to record a hit today for whatever reason just feels like it could potentially happen. He's figuring it out, folks. Had a hit on Friday, 1 for 3, was 1 for 4 yesterday. Obviously went on an 8-game hitting streak throughout the latter half of that Cardinals series into the Reds series and into the most recent road series with the Diamondbacks. I think he's going to fire back today with at least 1 hit. So that's leg 1, Connor Griffin to record a hit. We're using history against Tyler Malley. Dude, I need to stop doing that.
You know, it's going to end up, we're going to listen to the broadcast and whoever it is, Joe Block or whatever, they're going to say Molly and then we'll feel silly.
Yeah, it's fine. But he doesn't play for the Reds anymore, so hopefully this is the only time we see him this season. Reynolds is 5 for 15 lifetime against Malley. So Brian Reynolds to record a hit today is leg number 2. Both starting pitchers, their strikeout over-unders were set at 4.5. I have Malley's at 4.5, and I'm taking the over. The Pirates are near the bottom in the league, 27th in the league, the 4th most strikeouts. Only the Reds, Rockies, and Angels have more strikeouts as a unit in professional baseball, in big league baseball this season. Bubba Chandler's stuff we know is really, really good. But the Giants have only struck out 305 times this season as a team. That's tied for 5th. Only the Diamondbacks, Brewers, Rays, and Blue Jays have struck out fewer times. So I am going an alt strikeout today for Chandler. That hook has me nervous, so I'm going Bubba Chandler 4+ Ks. And then Tyler Mahle at 4.5 is his line, and I'm taking the over. So leg 1, Connor Griffin to record a hit. Brian Reynolds to record a hit, leg 2. Bubba Chandler 4+ Ks, alt strikeouts, 4+ is leg 3. Mally's over-under is 4.5 strikeouts. I am taking the over there. And leg 5 is usually my pick of the game, and I've gone with a lot of money lines. I feel really good about the Pirates today. I'm going Pirates -1.5. To heck with the money line nonsense. 5-3. The over-under is 8. I thought about maybe going there, but 8 feels like a solid number. I could see this game being like a 5-3 or a 6-4. I don't know about 4-2. That seems a little too low scoring with these starting pitchers on the mound. But it's also worth noting, maybe an honorable mention is the Pirates' run total, like individual run total. We could go over there because Mahle has been up and down his last 6 starts. It's been no earned runs, 5 earned runs, no earned runs, 8 earned runs, no earned runs, 5 earned runs, no earned runs. Does he go back and swing towards giving up 4-5 today? TBD. So that could be an honorable mention leg if you want to play around with it. But again, Connor Griffin to record a hit, Brian Reynolds to record a hit, Bubba Chandler 4+ Ks, Tyler Mahle over 4.5 Ks, Pirates -1.5. The Sunday same game parlay, the Mother's Day same game parlay, 5, 10, 26. What do we think?
Sounds like 5 for 5.
You say that every week. And you try to manifest it.
I did give you a little blowback last week. Usually, if I think one is glaring, I will point it out. Now, you've said yourself, you're kind of going with a trend that hasn't worked for you necessarily in predicting a bucko with a hit. You're going 2 of them this time.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel pretty good about them, especially Connor Griffin. Reynolds would be a little bit shakier for me, but I think both of those guys are certainly more than capable. And I'm with you on the pitcher strikeouts, so I think this is lock it in.
All right. 1 for 7. Book it. Steve Wiles, friend of the show, friend of the station. Jack up the odds, pun intended, and put a Cruz or a Griffin stolen base on there. I think we need to hit one first.
Yeah, don't get greedy.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of going a little bit on the conservative side of things with at least what the total parlay odds. And then once we hit one, we'll try and throw some real fun ones out there.
By the way, I want to circle back. Bryce Terang, Nico Horner, both would probably be on even footing, if not ahead of Lau for second base all-star honors at this juncture. But you could argue any which way with those guys.
Thank you very little.
Caddyshack.
Thank you. Roman wants to talk Steelers before the break. What's up, brother? How are you?
Hey, what's up, Jack? How you doing?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to say I like how Drew Aller and Jeremy Bernard's been doing a minute at camp.
Yeah, man. I said earlier I'm not really considering Jeremy Bernard a top storyline of these rookies because I think he's coming into a fantastic situation with Pittman and Metcalf ahead of him, and he does a whole lot and did a whole lot at Alabama, and I think he's going to fit really, really well into a Mike McCarthy offense. And I don't necessarily know how much of a question it is whether or not he will succeed. I would actually bet on it. Now, Drew Aller obviously is the wild card, and it seems like they're breaking him down to build him back up from a fundamental standpoint, and I think that's the right call.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to get Drew Aller ready for the season because last year he was injured for a lot of the season, so he didn't really get to play. So I think we're just trying to get him back in this game and get him ready for the year.
Yeah, absolutely, Roman. Enjoy the Sunday, man. Thanks for the call. Appreciate hearing from you. It's just a question of whether or not he's going to play a whole lot. And if Rodgers does sign, which it seems like that's probably going to happen, maybe before OTAs start next week, the 18th, I just don't know how much runway him or Will Howard, for that matter, are going to get.
Did we ever figure out what he's doing in Pittsburgh?
No. He's here.
Could be in our parking lot right now.
You think he's listening to this program?
Why not? Should be. Probably putting down that same game parlay that you gave.
Well, on the off chance that Rodgers is still in Pittsburgh listening to this program, hey, Aaron, do us a favor. Go back to Malibu. We're going to wrap up the show when we come back. Last chance for your phone calls at 412-928-9370. FanDuel's more ways to win with ponies at 11, and then it's the Pirates and the Giants later on at 4:05. Last chance for the phones when we come back right here on Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Now, Fan Headlines, powered by Bowser Chevrolet.
Sean Myers bringing you Fan Headlines. The Pirates prevailed 13-3 against the San Francisco Giants on Saturday. 20 hits for the Buccos. Braxton Ashcraft earned the pitching victory. Pirates Giants again today, 4:05 first pitch. Bubba Chandler gets the start for the Pirates. The North Shore Tavern leadoff show begins at 2:35. Coverage right here on 93.7 The Fan and on the free Odyssey app. Headlines are powered by Bowser Chevrolet. For more, 93.7thefan.com.
Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. It's the season to break out the clubs. Practice your swing, then look for the 19th hole. Golf season is here, and Going Low is back. Join Chris Muller every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Going Low. Powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Chris will talk national golf news, meet with local golf pros, and visit courses throughout the summer. The Going Low Show is brought to you by True Green, Western Pennsylvania Golf Association, Hickory Heights Golf Club, Avalon Golf and Country Club, and the Grand Resort. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. It's the season to break out the clubs. Practice your swing, then look for the 19th hole. Golf season is here, and Going Low is back. Join Chris Muller every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. for Going Low. Powered by Bowser Chevrolet. Chris will talk national golf news, meet with local golf pros, and visit courses throughout the summer. Going Low is brought to you by Cedarbrook Golf Course, True Green, Chestnut Ridge Golf Course, and Omni Bedford Springs. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan. Every Wednesday, 93.7 The Fan gives you an inside look from a former general manager with Wednesday with Whaley.
Hey, we're playing to win the game.
Doug Whaley joins the Fan Morning Show from 9 to 10 to give his insight from the front office perspective. Wednesdays with Whaley. Doug Whaley is brought to you by 2 Men in a Jug Truck. Cohen Market, the official crispy chicken of The Fan. Tri-State Office Furniture, Morgan & Morgan Law Firm, Smale Chevrolet in Latrobe, and Allegiant Community Federal Credit Union. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath. These are not all the possible side effects of Amvuttra. For prescribing information, call 1-833-256-2748 or learn more at amvuttra.com. Ask your doctor about Amvuttra for ATTR-CM.
Text us on the Edgar Snyder & Associates text line at 412-928-9370. Edgar Snyder & Associates reminds you to text responsibly. Sports Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, built by Window Nation. Home of the buy two, get two free offer.
Pittsburgh is Edgar Snyder and Associates home. Their offices have been right here in our region for more than 40 years. They know the streets, the people, the stories. Now random law firms are showing up, billboards up and down our streets, names you've never heard of, but they can't compete, not with Edgar Snyder and Associates, their roots, their people, or their legacy. If you need help after you've been injured in an accident, call the law firm that calls Pittsburgh home, 1-800-94-EDGAR, or visit edgarsnyder.com. Remember, there's never a fee unless they get money for you.
Hey, Donnie Football here. Maybe you heard 40 by the 4th last year and you thought, yeah, I should probably do that. 40 pounds gone by July 4th. That would be huge. And then you didn't. Life got loud. The calendar started moving. And the next thing you knew, it was the 4th. You're standing there in the same body, feeling the same way, wondering why you didn't call Awaken 180. That's the part that gets you, right? Knowing you had a window, just let it sit there. So this year, do something about it. Take the opportunity to lose 40 by the 4th with Awaken 180 weight loss. Because 40 pounds is not just some number on the scale. It's better sleep, less pain, more energy, clothes fitting right. And for me, it's my shirt off by the pool on my honeymoon. I dropped my first 40 pounds in under 9 weeks. The results are real, and we are real proof. And when you hit your goal, Awaken 180 Weight Loss gives you free support for life to help keep it off. Medication-free, by the 4th, is doable. Go to awaken180weightloss.com.
Live from the ShorkeyMitsubishi.com studios, North Huntington and North Hills. Live in local sports news on the weekends? Imagine that. Sports Radio 93.7 The Fan, Pittsburgh's hometown sports station.
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Jack.
Fan Weather, you know who they're brought to you by?
I do.
Secure Money Advisors. If you're looking to retire soon, let Secure Money Advisors get your retirement on track. Mix of sun and clouds. Brief rain possible today. High of the big 6'5", Eric Carlson. Throw me another 65. Go. Hurry. Go. Go.
Eric Carlson.
Dan Moore.
Oh, yeah. Getting his obscene money to...
John Nagowski. No, he was 69. Nice. Jack Sawinski.
Oh, that's one you'd rather forget.
What's he up to?
He's with the Dodgers playing in AAA, I believe.
Let's see what old Captain Jack's up to. Is he going to get you by tonight? Just a little push, and you'll be smiling. Well, no major league statistics in 2025.
Yeah, you got to click on that Show Minors tab. That's never a good thing.
Show non-major. In 2026, Jack Sawinski at the AAA level in Oklahoma City. 150 plate appearances. 123 at-bats.
119 strikeouts.
He's hitting 309 with a 1046 OPS. 9 homers and 29 RBI in 34 games.
You're saying he's batting cleanup for the Dodgers
with the Oklahoma City Comets. I got to look. Where's he hitting in their order? Is he just middle of the lineup guy? Dude, he might be like playing for the Dodgers at some point this year with those numbers. Here's a question. If Jack Sawinski was hitting that in Indianapolis right now, how many people would be calling into this station, banging on the doors for Sawinski to get called up and Marcell Ozuna to get the hell out of town?
Do you remember when they gave him...
Or was the Sawinski experience just too scarring for all of us?
Yeah, but they gave him a contract this offseason that was kind of a head scratcher. And then they had to eat like $1 million, right?
Yeah.
That didn't really make sense at the time, and it made even less sense after they pretty quickly moved on from him.
Mookie Betts is on a rehab assignment with them. The Dodgers AAA affiliate. And he hit third yesterday against the Salt Lake Bees. Playing shortstop. Jack Sawinski,
the
right
Salt
fielder.
Lake Bees.
Yeah. I think they're the Angels affiliate, I believe. I could be wrong. But Sawinski yesterday played right field and hit cleanup. Lineup from Friday. Hit 6th. They must have faced a lefty. Lineup from Thursday. Hit 5th. Just a middle of the lineup guy raking at the AAA level. Good for him, I guess. I never not liked him. I just didn't think he was very good. So, is that how we're going to end the show?
Got any more Caddyshack lines? Don't use the one about your college roommate. We should probably stay away from that one.
Mm-hmm.
Night putting.
A flute with no holes. Is that one we should stay away from?
You know, Malsey referenced Caddyshack on Friday on his show about the guy with the, like, bulging eyes when the Rodney Dangerfield's boat's coming for him.
Well, don't just stand there. Get some glue. That's how we'll end the show. Happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and especially my mother. I love you to death. You're probably listening, so I love you. Fan weather, we already did it. Thanks to Sean Myers. You on next Sunday?
I don't know. We'll find out.
Well, hopefully you
I think I deserve a Sunday off at some point, don't I?
Yeah, but I like working with you.
Well, you know who's going to be back soon, though?
Oh, yeah.
Intern Dominic.
Yeah.
He'll be a treat at 6 in the morning if he has to cover the shift.
Yeah, but he's going to be a recent college grad. Like, is he going to be out partying and show up late on Sunday morning?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, he won't even sleep. He'll come straight from the club.
And I don't know if that'll deter his horrendous takes. Probably won't.
It'll exacerbate him.
Yeah, it probably will. Well, thank you, sir.
You're a wonderful man.
You're a wonderful man as well. Thanks to the YouTube folks. Thanks to you for calling, texting, watching, and listening. Happy Mother's Day again to all the moms out there. FanDuel's More Ways to Win Radio is next. Pirates and Giants as the Bucks look for the series win, 4:05 right here on The Fan. We'll talk to you on Thursday night. That'll be a fun show. I'm on Thursday night. NFL schedule release.